All right, we're live for Sunday. What's up, guys? It's Sunday morning, Saturday night. It's the late night stream. So let's see, what shall we say? We're going to say free Pokemon. We're going to say high-end slabs. We're going to say nice breaks. And I guess Mega Brave, Mega Symphonia. There we go. Here, save on that. And then let's try to paste this in here. Okay, there's the menu. Very nice. Okay, nothing unusual came in the mail today for Saturday, so just a normal day. Let's see. We are getting close to some returns, though. We're getting close to that, it looks like. All right, let's see. Yesterday was a little bit slow near the later half of the stream, so I wonder how busy today will be. I'm actually curious if he'll be busy. Closing that out. All right, good. I've been working today on the second PSA submission. That was a lot of work. Oh yeah, we got some new stuff coming, actually. So let's see. We've got Union Arena English coming. Sorry if I'm whistling. All right. So Union Arena, huh? Divided by 16. Okay. I'm going to add that to the Union Arena menu. Union Arena. This is going to say, oops. It's going to say English. Full Metal Alchemist. And all we know is that that will be $84 a box. I don't know how many packs are in a box. There we go. Might be 24. All right, so Full Metal Alchemist is on the way. What other interesting things are going on? Oh, right. The Chinese 151 surprise is actually going to be a thing. I don't know how many boxes are in a case. Looks like there's 20 boxes per case. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. Ooh, looks like I'm going to want around $200 a box. So I'm going to put this up here under Chinese. 151 surprise. $200 per box. It says here I'm out of room in the menu. Out of room, huh? So if I'm out of room, I'm actually going to move the card grading to the extended menu. That's what we're going to do here. So card grading is going to the extended menu now. Okay, let's, oops. Place this in here. Let's see, and we might bring back CGC grading. I'm tempted to bring back CGC grading, but I don't know. Maybe I won't. All right, so that is that. So now everything fits into the menu again. Sorry, I haven't read your comments yet. I'm going to read your comments in like 2 seconds, I promise. Can I have that arm thing? What is that? The arm thing? What is he talking about? Okay, 151 surprise, pre-sale. That's what I need to say. It's pre-sale. Okay. Pre-sale. Case break, maybe. Yeah, save on that. So because it's so expensive, the 151 is going to be sold per box, and it's going to be a case break, meaning I'm not going to open individual packs. You have to buy a whole box. You have to buy in on a whole box. So there's a couple of those to sell. I'm going to start selling them ahead of time, assuming that they arrive safely. What I don't want the case to be searched for like a Gengar, and then Gengar gets pulled and the case is dead. So this is going to be a case break situation, so that everyone has a fair shot at the Gengar and doesn't get totally killed by someone else. We are. All right, because I don't know if the set actually has that many good supporting cards other than the Gengar. It's one of those weird sets where once that one card is pulled, it's way overpriced, right? Okay, let's go ahead and log in. This is Deltarune music, by the way. I'm always oops. Where's my volume button? I'm always listening to you guys' feedback on the background music. 37 people here in the first 5 minutes. So there we go. All right. Can I have that arm thing? What is that? What's good, my king? Marshall, give everyone arm things. Haven't seen your channel in a few years. What's up, Beast Man? Beast Man? How's it going, man? Yeah, we're still going. This is year number 6 for us. It's over in November. In November, we begin year number 7. 7 years in business. And so 3 years from November, we'll have a 10-year anniversary doing this. Kind of crazy, actually. It's kind of weird how the time flies. Like, I'm old. I'm heading toward 40. When I started all this, I was 30 years old. I was, I still felt kind of young. Let's go get some McDonald's at Japan and get the promo card and leave the food out in the streets and leave none for the children. That's apparently happening. Oh, yeah, my supplier offered me the McDonald's Japanese cards. Do you think they're any good? I mean, I looked at them. They didn't look like they were holographic, right? So I kind of turned them down. I said, that's okay. Yeah, I'm actually nervous that they'll reprint it. So, if they reprint it, look, this is the 100K giveaway, part of it. You're still young. Come on. I know. 36 is still relatively young, but not that young. I mean, if you add 36 together with another 36, that equals 72. The average age is 72. So I'm at I don't know. I'm like at the halfway point. So I don't consider myself young. We are. That's the halfway point. That's objectively not young. We are. Young is like below the halfway point. 35 is young. All right, here's Blau Party. Dude, yes, you're the OG of all this stuff. Yeah, we started this a long time ago. There's a lot of people doing it now, but we're still, we're still choo-choo training along. We got a great little community going on, and we have a lot of fun over here. We got, what do we have coming up? So we have the 151 surprises coming. It's going to be $200 a box. Take it or leave it. And we can host breaks on that if you want, breaks for a box of 151. And then what else is going on? And did I do that right? Let's see. Yeah, I think I did that right. Yeah, I did that right. Okay. So it's going to be $200 per box, and the break will give us a shot at the beautiful Gengar. Where do you make a purchase? Says Old Man. Hey, what's up, old man? Nice to see you. You'll make a purchase from the description of the live stream. We don't have like a fancy website. Actually, I do have a website. Karis was working on my website today. She felt like working on it. But we actually run the whole stream straight from the description of the live stream. So I just take payments straight to PayPal, straight to Cash App, Venmo, ZELLE, crypto. And you just leave a note when you pay stating what it is you bought. When you scroll down the description, you also see what's for sale. There's a big menu. It's really big. There's a lot of stuff. There's a link that takes you to even more stuff. So that's what's cool about this channel is you can open up all kinds of weird and interesting things and just see what you get. Your wife has a cool name. Yeah, actually our names are kind of spelled similarly. So when we met in college, we noticed that right away. We are. Yeah, her parents and my parents, my name is spelled kind of in a stupid way, not in the typical way, but my name is spelled like this. Okay, so I do cursive R's, so you're going to see a cursive R here. So we got the same center letters, A-R-I, right here. So it's really funny. Our names are similarly spelled. All right. When you pay in crypto, how do you leave a note? Ed, that's a great question. There is no way to leave a note. Isn't that funny? So when you pay in crypto, what you need to do is know how much you sent, and then just be like, that was me. I sent that much. And then you tell me in the comment section, you tell me in the live chat what it is you want. You actually just tell me live, and I'll typically write down an energy card with your order on it. And so, but your crypto payment will still show up in the queue. So you got your place in the queue, and you just tell me in the live chat what it is you're buying. We've had a lot of crypto buyers. I'm able to accept pretty much any crypto payment that comes through Coinbase. I prefer USDC. I really like that one because when I receive USDC, for whatever reason, there's like no fees. So I like USDC a lot more because sometimes the fees for like Ethereum or something like that are really high. I don't know why they're so high, but my God, sometimes I'll lose like 5% of the order just to fees, which is no good if the crypto also fell that night. So if the crypto fell like, X percentage, and then I got to pay a fee on top of it. It's like, holy dude. But that doesn't work too much. Nice, that works and easy. Yes. Long-time lurker, first-time poster. How does the stream work? What are all the cards in front of you and the prices? So these are slabs. These are actually for sale right now. Like this guy right here. He's from Rising Rivals. This is Alakazam PSA 9. Turn this down a little bit. Oops, I turned it up. Okay, so this is from Pokemon Platinum. Some people are calling this mid-era. You got vintage, you got modern, and this stuff in the middle. Platinum's in the middle. And it's just a really cool Alakazam. You can see it's kind of like the Versus collection. It shows the trainer right there. That says 4 Rev 4 foil. It refers to the Elite Four. And so he graded 9. Now, if he graded 10, this one card might have been like $400 to $500. That's what 10s are selling for these days, or higher. It gets really crazy. But he's a 9, and so he's only $120. And he's super, super low pop. And this is the price. These right here reveal when I last priced him. So I last priced this guy on $825. The number on the right of the slab, if it has a number on the right, like this one, if you take a look, here's the price, here's the date of when we last priced it. So look, he's cheaper now. He's $160 priced this month. This little number over here refers to the population. So this Suicune is not very common. There's only 6 10s. So he's pretty rare. Now that's a little tricky though, because this is Gold Deck Part 2. Well, there's a Gold Deck Part 1 with the same Suicune in it. So you have to add their numbers together to truly understand how many Suicunes there are. It's higher than 6. But specifically, if you want the Gold Deck Part 2 Suicune, he's only pop 6. So, and this one comes with little Pichus on the back, which is really nice. We like the Pichus. All right, I feel like Mr. is a retired CIA asset who does Pokemon in witness protection. That's right. Well, hey, we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to make you disappear. All right, so there you go. And there's stuff like this, by the way. This is called a break. We host breaks where you buy custom booster packs that give you a chance for the whole slab to come out of one booster pack. So in this case, it's $40 to buy a booster pack. There's 6 booster packs, and there's only one pull, the Pikachu. So that's how you interpret this. 40, 1 in 6. This little star down here means that a second person will be moved into another break rather than, rather than just straight up losing 40 bucks. All right. Hey, what's up, Golden Boy? He says, no take-backs. What? Here, let's turn on all messages. Make sure I don't miss anything. There we go. All right, very good. Now, but yes, so payment is in the description of the live stream, and also what's for sale is in the description of the live stream. And then we just got a lot of stuff for you to learn if you're new, or if you're coming back and you've forgotten some of the things, or it's stuff you've never seen before, like this over here. This is called the Jumbo Pack Break. It's $40. It's got 1 in 4 spots. 2 people are already in here. We need 2 more people to buy in for 40 bucks. And then one of those 4 guys is going to get this whole pile for 40 bucks. However, the other 3 guys are going to miss. They're going to get like a common card. And then they're going to be like, oh, I paid 40 bucks for a common. So that is called a break. Everybody gets a card, but only one guy gets the whole pile of booster packs. Okay, we have this. This is called a binder break. We have 2 out of 7 people in here. $40 once again. You'll find most breaks are $40 by default. And the binder break is a whole packet of ungraded cards. So there's a whole bunch of them, some quite expensive, like this $88 Pikachu here. These are a little expensive too. So those are from Celebrations. This is from Celebrations. Coughing, Charmeleon, Tornadus. This has gotten a little big because we keep adding a little bit to it. So it keeps getting fatter and fatter and fatter. But one person gets all that for 40 bucks. I want to buy into the Jumbo, but budget says no until Friday. Yeah, take it easy on your wallet. We don't want to get the stretcher out for your wallet. All right, so, and this row in front of you changes all the time. We rotate it like this. Now we have a different break in front of you. They're both available at the same time, but we're displaying this one. This is the signature break for James C. Cathcart. He just passed away. So he's the voice actor for Meowth in the TV show, and he just passed. So now we're doing a break on a signature because that's a good thing to have. All right, and so let's get that rotation. So here's Magby. That's a Pokemon Gold Magby. He's very cute because he's a baby Pokemon, and Pichu's a baby Pokemon, so it's very cute. Here's Gimme Ghoul for 40 bucks. Here's Slowpoke, and this is extremely rare, a population of 4. It's a leaf green card. So this is Gold Star era. That's the time period for that poker set. All right, let's get started. We have an earlier order from 4 hours ago. Mitchell Bray, shipping for Mitchell Bray, a.k.a. Plum Wild, shipping for my bag. Okay, so the first order of the night is a pre-order for shipping. So let's get that. Yes, by the way, if you're brand new, we do not immediately ship your stuff. You actually have to order shipping. If you do not order shipping, we store your cards. We can store your cards for 1 full year. It's a really long time, actually. But after a year, it's considered abandoned. So don't leave it over here for longer than a year. Most people never do that, but some people do. And usually they abandon little crappy bags of cards. Here you are. All right, let's see. Mitchell Bray. Here he is. Here he is. Okay. Hi, mister. Yes, the Umbreon with no name is Stevens. Nice. There we go. I told Alexis to write Stevens' name on it. There we go. Okay. What if you buy all the spots? If you buy all the spots, then it's yours. Yes, you can always do that. If you do not like taking a chance and you just want to immediately buy it, when the break first begins, you have the option to just buy the whole card. Most people don't do that. So Mitchell Bray wants shipping, but I don't think I have his address. Plum Wild, huh? Plum Wild. Oh. Mitchell. Here it is. It's Mitchell R. Bray. Okay, cool. And when was the last time he shipped? It said he created the bag on 7/25. That wasn't that long ago. Okay, good. So we don't want to accidentally ship his stuff to an old address is all. That's why I have to ask. Okay, we're going to grab that. And we're going to get rid of the insurance. We had insurance on a recent package. And we're going to hit print. Hi, Mr. Yes, the Umbreon. Great, thank you. What if you buy all the spots? Do you ship outside the USA? Yes, and not only that, I'm extremely practiced at it. I've shipped probably like $1 million of cards outside the US now. I don't know how much it is, but I've shipped outside the United States a lot. A lot. Canada, UK, Australia, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, Japan. I've shipped to Hong Kong a number of times. I shipped to Mexico one time. I've shipped to India like twice. I shipped to Indonesia one time. But he won a card. He didn't actually buy anything. He won it in a giveaway. And I don't know. I've shipped to France. I've shipped to Netherlands. I've shipped to Germany. Actually, I'm supposed to ship to Germany right now. I'm supposed to ship Mr. Waldbeer's shipment to Germany, but that won't be required until Monday. So I haven't. I brought his slabs up. His slabs are right next to me, so we can work on his label if we want. Yeah, I ship all over the world, and I would be happy to ship to you if you're living in another place. All right, let's see. Okay. International shipping is a great skill to practice because you can sell stuff to other countries as well. Like if you're living in Germany, you'll want to someday be able to ship to the United States, perhaps. Very cool. Worldwide cards. Mr. Worldwide. Oh, I see your video description on how to order. Hey, what's up, Archie? Archizel. Let's see, Archie, you've got the check mark, which I'm very close to getting on this channel. Let's see what you got, Mr. Archie. I'm curious what you do. Archie, Army Basic Training. Very cool, man. Very neat. Did you know this channel, we get a ton. We actually get a ton of military servicemen, military, Navy, Air Force, anything. They love collecting Pokemon cards. You guys love Pokemon cards. Not just Pokemon, but like all kinds of stuff. Sports cards. We have one guy liked Halo cards a lot. So, yeah, it's a very popular thing. But maybe that's just because the demographic's correct, you know, because a lot of us are young men. A lot of us dudes collect cards. Here's... We'll click on this. Mr. Robert, check my Discord. Okay, so Robert, you had the Pikachu, and your theory is that it got 2 years old and that maybe we donated it. But you said it was a $17 Pikachu. I'm just going to give you $17. Okay, Mr. Robert? Didn't know that, but yes, I do collect a lot of Pokemon and NBA cards throughout the years. Yeah, I've had a ton of customers who are serving, or they did serve, or they're about to serve, and so it's very fun. Here we go. So you will find there's a lot of people in this room who have also been in the military, or were in the military or something. Here we are. All right. Ooh. Checkmark means they identify as a tick. I saw a post about a serviceman bringing a slab out to the fields. Green Ranger is best, but I've not played Fortnite. Can you explain the binder break again, how it works? Hello, Kickback Videos. Let's talk a little bit about that. So this is called the binder break, and basically it's like every break. In fact, probably what you just need to know is how do breaks in general work. So here are my custom booster packs. These pink booster packs. Someday we'll trade them out with something else. But here they are. These are my custom booster packs. They cost $40 a pack. And when you open them up, oh look, you pulled a common card out. So all these booster packs are loaded up with common cards. And they cost $40 per pack. Except one of the packs will have this in it. The C stands for Chase. And one person out of 7 like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One person will pull this Chase card out of their booster pack. So we'll shuffle these up. We'll shuffle up your booster packs, right? Okay. And then we'll shuffle the names up. And then everyone gets to start opening their pack. And it's like, oh, he pulled a common. He pulled a common. He pulled a common. 40 bucks. He pulled a common for 40 bucks. He pulled a common. Oh, but so-and-so pulls the binder break. So this guy who pulls this purple card, he'll get all the cards in this break right here. It'll all go to one guy. 1 in 7. So 1 in 7 guys will get all of this. The other 6 guys will pretty much lose $40 because, a common card is pretty expensive at 40 bucks. There you are. That's it. And so it's a way to pull something like this out of a blind box or out of a booster pack, however you want to think of it. Kind of like booster packs, the other day, Sarah Dusenberry pulled a God pack out of the Prismatic, right? How many bad booster packs did we have to open where the buyer basically lost 17 bucks before one person, Sarah, pulled a God pack? So that's exactly how RNG products work. They work like that, where some people are going to miss and eventually one person's going to hit. But those are my breaks, and you'll notice we have a lot of them, actually. That's unique to this channel. We host a lot of breaks. These are all, well, this is free. These are all breaks. Well, this is a giveaway. We are. So these are all breaks. So you can actually pick and choose what you want to get into. They're all 40 bucks, you'll notice. $40 breaks. But the odds are different. This one's expensive, so the odds are bad, 1 in 28. This one's semi-expensive, 1 in 8. This one's cheaper. This one's more expensive. This one's a lot cheaper. So we're selling this one for $200. But $40 of that will be this star spot. What is the star spot again? We take your name and we move it to a different break. So it's like you haven't really spent your booster pack yet. So, okay, so there you go. So that's the little Cardconomist tutorial. I think I see a couple new names in here, and I just want to help you guys understand it. What about girls? Yeah, what about girls, man? We got girls in the stream. Is that what you're asking? I appreciate the explanations. No problem, man. How much to see my Slabs in a bag check, says Mr. Wright Chew. Is that Robert Wright? Is that Robert Wright? So, Robert Wright, you've got 2 Slabs. You've got an Eevee, PSA, I think it's PSA 10, and you've got a Dusclops, and it's some kind of 10 too. It might be tag grading, I don't remember. But you got 2, is it 10? I don't remember. You got 2 Slabs, Eevee and Dusclops. That's all we found. No Pikachu. I wrote you down for $17. You're right. If that Pikachu, if you're saying it was kind of left here for like 2 years, it probably was scooped up as an abandoned card. That is probably what happened. But I don't mind giving you 17 bucks, okay? So I want you to be happy. All right. Let's see. Let's see if we have any orders. Did we get the Tyranitar Gym Challenge done? We did not. So the gym break, although I like that term, Gym Challenge, that's fun. One of the gym breaks is this one. This is a special break for only 2 people. Only 2 people in here. This is a 1 and 2. And you'll see it's $35 buy-in. Mr. Riley is waiting for someone else to join. So you could join this right now for $35. Guess what? Only one person is getting this, a Tyranitar. There you go. That's my bad, and thank you. No problem, man. No problem. Mr. Pity's the Fool. Let's get the giveaway started. Let me go ahead and hit refresh on Nightbot. If you're brand new, you've never participated in these giveaways, they're pretty easy. So here's how to participate in the giveaways. See this up here? This is like a code. The letters T, C, and C. That's like my acronym, right? TCC. So type that into chat, and that will get you into the giveaway. You'll see other people doing it. See how other people are typing in TCC? So that's all you have to do. And then what happens, once you've typed that down, we're going to hit choose a winner on this piece of software, and it's going to pick somebody out. There it is, Janice. So Janice is going onto this card, number 13. And we're going to roll a dice to determine the winner. Here it is, a 20-sided dice. So when this is all the way full, it'll have 20 names listed on it. Right now, it doesn't have 20 yet, but here's the 20-sided die. You just roll that. So, oh, look at that. It actually landed on 20. That's cool. So if it lands on 20, that person with spot number 20, they just get this for free. They didn't have to pay for it at all. It's just 100% free. And this is a nice one, by the way. This might be like 30 to 40 bucks. Look at that, 2017 Pikachu promo. That's a Black Star promo. It's a cool one. So that one actually might have some value to it. And we just have giveaways like this pretty frequently. They're not always the best card. Sometimes they're a good card, though. Sometimes it's a generous person in the community who says, give away a whole booster box. Maybe I give away a whole booster box. So we have all kinds of giveaways. And I think most card shops online do, but ours is very consistent. It's a lot of stuff over the course of a month. A lot of stuff typically. And so if you just hang out, you know, you're welcome to just hang out, not even spend $1, conversate with us, hang out, and try to get a little free snack from the stream. Some guys are very consistent with that, and they actually have managed to get some free ones. Pretty neat. But you're competing against the whole chat, so it doesn't always work out. All right. So how are you guys today? Man, I got like fingernails tonight. I should have trimmed my nails. How are you guys tonight on this fine Saturday night? Let's see. Mr. Robert has an order. He says he wants this plus $17 store credit for shipping on my bag in 2 slabs. So let me take a look at your bag because it might not all ship for $20. Let's see. I bet you it might. Here we go. So it's a tag slab and a normal PSA slab. Let me weigh it up. Remember, it has to be really, really light. I think it's 4 ounces, right? I believe it needs to be 4 ounces to count for the $20. And you'd be surprised how little actually fits into that. The box itself, the shipping box itself, actually adds an ounce or two. Not an ounce or two, but like a full ounce. So almost really just needs to be 3 ounces. There we go. Okay, let's weigh a tag slab and a regular slab together with your bag. And as you can see, this comes out to 5 ounces. So you can see that's too heavy. Let's remove the bag, though. 4 ounces. So actually, this is too heavy still. It's the tag slab. It's the tag slab. Watch this. If you do 2 PSA slabs. Tag is heavier. Tag's heavy. So we could not even ship both of your slabs with no bag. The tag slabs happen to just weigh more. So there you go. We've tested it out. Let me know what you're interested in doing, okay? I can write you down for $20 of store credit now. Crazy, isn't it? Crazy how little fits into 4 ounces. But it's because that tag slab's so dang heavy, man. If it was 2 PSA slabs, it probably could all fit. But these bad boys are heavy, man. They are heavy. All right. What I can do for you while you think over your next move, I can change this into a $20 for you. So this is $20 now. I'm going to start calling you Mr. P for Pokemon and Potty of the Fool. What? I don't think that's the saying. How to select the winner when you complete the number of people. Yes. So, yes, I will explain that now. It's really, here it is. See this? So what you're really purchasing when you purchase a break spot, we write your name down on a card like this. And this consists of the pull order of the booster packs. So like here's Sunfan, he's in this break. Here's Andrew, here's Nathan Gordon, Jonathan, Alicia. Alicia's in here twice. So she actually bought 2 spots. She spent $80. So we will shuffle these names up, right? We'll shuffle these names up, and then we let the audience split the deck. And then those booster packs I showed you, these guys will get shuffled up too with the chase card inside. And then we find out whose turn it is. Oh, it's Sunvan Fan's turn. And then we pop the booster pack open, and we'll see who pulls the chase card. So that's how we determine. It's a double shuffle, and the audience splits both decks. So that's how we do it. It's really good. We've been hosting this, by the way, for years. We've been doing this for years successfully. You know, no complaints on the breaks. We've been doing it for years. People actually love the breaks. They come back here just for those. We also have another service that's very popular. It's called Slab Away. It's where people will find a slab that they want, and what they want to do is they want to pay it down over 6 months. So see this gigantic box here? This box represents maybe like a quarter of all the Slab Away slabs, where it's like layaway. So these slabs are they're all in the process of being paid down over 6 months. And so that's a very, very popular. Like, look, somebody put this Shining Steelix in the Slab Away. He's going to pay that down. Here's a 267. It's for everyone, really, whether you want an expensive card or a cheap card. Look at these two. These got put in the Slab Away. Cheap card or expensive card. So that's something to learn about, too. Very popular way to obtain a slab is to pay it down over 6 months. Doesn't affect your credit score. Doesn't mess up your PayPal. Doesn't mess up your credit card. You know, if you screw up, it doesn't hurt you at all. You might lose a little bit of money if you screw up. Like if you fail to pay it off, you're going to lose like a cancellation fee and such. But, you know, it's not going to affect your credit score or anything like that. Your credit card remains empty. So if you have an emergency, you don't have to worry about, oh, I put all these Pokemon cards on my credit card. You don't have to worry about that. So it's a very popular thing, and we've been doing that for like, I want to say like 5 years. I think in year 2 we started doing the Slabaways. Those were very popular. Most successful card shop in Indonesia. Yes, we're very popular in Indonesia. All right, let me have a sip here. Nice to meet you. It seems like we have a couple new people. Did you guys notice that? Why do we have so many new people in here? So strange. Let me ask you guys a question, because I'm seeing a couple new faces. How did you guys run into the stream, if you don't mind me asking? That's me taking a drink. That vertical stream OP. No, I bet it was Mike's size short. He had a short hit 24,000 views in like a day. Here we are. I got no clue, though. I'm new here myself. Nice to meet you, Mr. Marshall Weber. You seem like you're going to be a nice guy. Mister, you're located in Indonesia? No. Why, yes, I am Indonesian. Welcome to Indonesia, Missouri. I ran into your stream because of PokeRev. Really? Oh, the PokeRev debacle? Are you talking about the PokeRev thing? All right, here is Jesus Aguilera. 6 Tears of the Planet. 2 History of Z. You got it, man. Nice to meet you guys, okay? Nice to meet you guys. Here we are. There you go. I think Pack Battle mentioned you. I got a shout out? Crazy. Okay, let's see. I was mentioned on another podcast the other day. They were talking about how it was a podcast where it was a couple guys who, you know, they have decent Pokemon channels, I think. And they were talking with each other. And one of the guys said that he had watched my content before, and that's what got him into working on, I think, a Poke channel as well. Ooh, where are my scissors? Here they are. Friend showed me your live once, and I decided to check you out. Nice. All right, Mr. Jesus Aguilera. YouTube Shorts. Yeah, the YouTube Shorts are wonderful, man. We like making shorts. I don't make the long form content as much. I really, if I'm ever going to make long form content, I need to have like a proper setup. I don't have a proper setup for long form. I need like a table that looks really nice. I need to dress nice. You know, I need to actually like put on my makeup and all. You know what I'm saying? I don't really do all that. I think I'm more interested in the cards themselves than I am in making like very handsome versions of myself as content. So I'm not like in love with my own voice is what I'm saying. Wow, you actually pulled something. Look at that. That's legendary Lean. Is it Lean or Lena? And that is a full art. Congratulations, man. Here it is. But no, I'm really obsessed with the cards themselves. So the short content really fits my style very well. Here's Cecil and Shuyan. Is the podcast twice fake, Jake? Twice fake? Hey, that's so mean. You were mentioned on Joe Rogan when they discussed potential retired CIA assets. No! Here's Graph, here's 7, and here's... I just found out you're live tonight. Whoa. All right, there we go. I recruit people to your live. Do you really? Here we are. Man, that is maybe top-level niceness. There you go. That's nicer than a donation or a tip. Just feeling like I earned your feeling like I earned your reference. What's the word I'm looking for? I think reference is pretty much what I'm looking for, you know, for you to go out and recommend the channel. There's that. I got notified in your Discord server. Here's this. Ta-da. We have a nice little Discord server where you can actually go shop for slabs for sale. You'll find these slabs right here on the table, get their picture taken, and put up into the Discord server. So you can scroll through there and see slabs that have been freshly priced. Not just that, but another thing we do, see these blue ones? See these? I actually sell these for other people. So you can mail me in your slabs that you don't feel like selling, and I'll sell them for you. And we'll take pictures of these and put them up in the Discord server too. So both of those things. Are you selling any Korean Ditto promos? Yeah, we will be selling some of those after they're done grading. And I intend to hold some in the long term. And so I'm just grading a little bit here, a little bit there. But I have a chunk of them. YouTube ain't telling me lately. The TheCardconomist referred me here. Not the TheCardconomist. I heard that guy retired. All right, Jesus Aguilera. So, guys, Karis was working on the website, like, all day. She just felt like it. And here it is. She was working on it all day long. And I was looking over her shoulder, and, man, it was looking kind of nice. She's got a lot of talent, man, but she is so busy with her job. It is. I should make her quit her job and work for me. Okay, lots of lightning rolling in from the lake. If I bail, we lost power. I didn't fall asleep. Dude, it was swelteringly hot out here in Lake of the Ozarks, and there were boats everywhere. There were so many boats. It was insane. We went to Target for a walk. By the way, our Target did this thing where now they play music on the overhead, and I hate it. I didn't realize how awful that could make a shopping experience, but they play music on the overhead, and it's like dance music, and I'm like, bro, I'm not here to dance. I'm here to look at your Legos and leave. You know, so they play dance music on their overhead, and I absolutely hate it. You can't escape it. It's all over the store. It doesn't fit the feeling of I almost said Starbucks. They have a Starbucks in there too, right? But it doesn't fit the feeling of Target. I feel like they're trying to be like hip and cool, but I don't go to Target because it's hip and cool. I go there because it's clean and it's well air conditioned, you know? And so I don't go in there to do the Mamba or anything. So it's weird. Maybe other people really like it. I'm not sure. But I feel bad for the people working there. When I worked at Target years ago, they didn't do anything like that. So, yeah. Any Pokemon cards at Target? Yeah, I actually looked because I'm always curious about what the restock levels are looking like at Walmart and Target. So I always walk past the shelf and I analyze it because that really affects me. When Target is sold out, I'm in business. When Target's shelves are full of product, I'm out of business. We sell other things like Weiss. And so they were sold out. Yeah, they were sold out completely. Shelf completely wiped with like warning signs saying, please only one. And it's been that way for how long? Like 6 months? It's been a long time. I'll pay it to see Mister do the Mambo. You don't want to see me do the Mambo. That's funny. I went to Target. They had no Pokemon. And then I got a caramel frappuccino. Is that what you said? They're building a Target in the new town over for me. In the UK, from November 15th, is in a shop. It's Xmas music nonstop. And I'm like, kill me now. Oh, yeah. Let the Christmas music play. Have a holly jolly Christmas. Dear Lord. All right. Yeah, that is a special kind of hell. Here's Sergio Panetta. All right. I want to get into that 35 1 and 2 card. That is on the front. Zatanna Gaming. All right, so that is the end of the break, and this is his first time order, and so I can also assume that you're going to need this. This is called a gym break. It's a slightly different kind of break. Grabbing this. All right, so you're going up against a Mr. Riley Kretowicz. There we go. Okay. Oops. Let me check my shipping software and make sure we don't have 2 Sergio Panettas, because if we have 2, that can get really tricky. Nope. Okay, just 1. Good Good. Now, so you've both got, this is like a scorecard. This keeps track of who got what break. This is very different from the breaks I was showing off, but it's the same idea. You basically have a 1 in 2 odds of being the guy to pull this card, and we do a little Pokemon battle. Here it is. Check it out. So this is going to be a Pokemon battle, kind of like the card game War. And the point is, you want to be the guy to pull the stronger Pokemon out of the deck. And I'm going to be the host, sort of like an auto battle, because you're not sitting next to me, so you guys can't pull your own cards. The person who was in the break first always goes on the left. The person who was in the break second always goes on the right. So that's how it goes. And I guess you could say this is kind of like tossing a coin almost, right? Like one person's going to get the better roll. Here goes. All right. Okay, so on the left, Riley pulls Zamazenta with 130 HP. Now it's your turn, Sergio. You're hoping for a stronger Pokemon than that one. You're not going to get a stronger Pokemon. You're going to get 60 HP Arvin Squovet. So his Pokemon wins, Zamazenta wins. The first round goes to Riley. It's best out of 3, so it's not over yet. You can still turn this around. Okay, you can still turn this around, Mr. Sergio. So far, not looking good, though. Also, these cards are donated to the deck. See, Abraham donated his. Victor donated his. So it's fun. You get to actually build the deck. Okay, you ready? Round 2. Oh, okay. So that is Fuecoco. He's only got 80 HP, so he's pretty beatable. You just need one strong card, and you'll win round 2. Here it is. Oh, okay, Tapu Lele. It was close even, you know. Tapu Lele is only 110. So there it is. Fuecoco loses. You've both got 1 point. So that this next round is the tie-breaking round. Here goes. Are you sweating? He says, interesting. Okay, here goes. Oh, he pulls a Meloetta. That's pretty good. That's 200 HP. Now, you could pull all kinds of things that can beat that Meloetta. Computer search, switch, or just a couple of the stronger Pokemon. Let's see if you get lucky. But that's a good one. Might go to him. Oh, it does go to him. The match is over. The break is over. It goes to Riley Credowicz. So he kind of ate your lunch here, Sergio. That's how it works. And then there's a little bit more to this. So we put this battle deck away. So you could have pulled it for 35, but Mr. Riley's going to pull it for 35. So now what we do is we put a mark up here. The upper section is like the number of breaks that you won. And look at this. That was his first time in one of these breaks. He's never been in one before. He waited a long time for that to go off, too. And now you're going to have one down here. What do you think that is? That's going to be the miss pile. So he got a win. You got a loss. And now you know your kill-death ratio. See? And it's your first time order, so I don't want you to do bad. So I'm going to give you a little bonus card or two, okay? All right. So we got to write down his name on this. Grab this. He took the gal. Milkshake brings boys to the cards. Okay, make sure I spell his name right. We got to spell the name right because when it's time to ship, we got to be able to pull this. I think that's how it was spelled. So that's his now, and you kind of paid for half of it. Very generous. Very generous. Now, you're new, and I want you to have a nice card anyways because you're new. Okay, let's grab some cards here. What do I got? You want this Joker? I don't know if you want this Joker card. I'll give you this. This is a vintage Joker card. I'm going to give you a little Simpsons card, too. Now, if you had won the break, I'd have just considered it even Stevens. I'd have been like, oh, good. Here's a vintage Street Fighter card. Did you guys know we have those? Those just sit here all day long. I don't know why I never sell them. And why don't we get one more? Let's see. Maybe from here. Get you a little nice knocked out. How about that? Get you a little knocked out. There you go. Okay, so you got a couple nice cards anyways. What do you think? Is that about $35 worth? They're all different cards, but the Street Fighter card is pack fresh. I don't know if that guy's pack fresh. This is pack fresh, and then the knocked out should be as well. We are. Knocked out is a single from Japan. So you got a couple free cards there. Nice to meet you, Mr. Sergio. Yeah, I don't want you to do bad on your first time. But next time, if you go into another one of those breaks and someone eats your lunch, it's just going to be you getting your lunch eaten, okay? Pretty fun, right? All right. Sometimes I find that when you miss, it's more motivating than when you hit. You go, oh, I got to do that again. I can't end on a sour note. Can't go to bed like that. There we go. All right. Now, this is the SE box. You can see it's well worn from years of use. This box has stored cards in it for years. Now we're going to do that. So your bag is in the SE box. Guess why? Because your name is Sergio. So there you go. And now we move on to the next order. We have an order from Robert Wright. Give me a price on my tag slab too heavy to ship. Give me a price on my tag slab. Oh, are you saying you want to sell me the tag slab? Is that what you're talking about? I could try to sell it for you on commission, maybe. I'm trying to remember. I think it's that Dust Collapse. I think I'd have to run off and go grab it. Hit the like, Mr. Feeling Generous. You don't score until you score. 35 likes as we speak. Here, let me go ahead and reset the shipping software. And then let me run a test on it to see what it would cost to ship a shipment that costs 6 ounces. Let's see what that actually looks like. You know, because it's very close to 4 ounces. And let's see if there's maybe like a middle price between 20 and 40. Maybe it'll be like 30. I don't know. 35 likes as we speak. Hit the like, Mr. Feeling Generous. The knock dollar is worth more than the Tyranitar. No. The Tyranitar is better. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm a Tyranitar fan. I might be a little biased. All right, so let me pull up Mr. Robert. Robert. Okay, Mr. Robert. So we have your address from before. And now let's bring this up to 6 ounces. So let's say we just wanted to ship all your stuff. And then let's go into this. Okay, and it wants the dimensions. Okay, we're going to do the customs form as well. We're going to say trading cards. Trading cards. We're going to say that that's 5 ounces. 6 ounces with the box, you know. And then let's put the value to like 20 bucks or something. Okay. All right. So there it is. It costs a little more than 20, but I tell you what, Robert, I'm just, oh, hold on, it's recalculating. Oh, God. Now I'm scared. You always score with Score a Treat. 35 likes as we speak. So I'm ready for you guys to send in some orders. We're going to have a busy night. We just started. It's 2:35 a.m. in the morning, and we've only been live for 47 minutes, so we can go all night. I'm just going to go ahead and print this label, Mr. Robert, and not worry about it, okay? By the way, you haven't moved, right? I assume you haven't moved. Okay. And your bag was right here. All right. I'll just cover the excess. Not a big deal. Okay. Putting this in here. Oh my gosh, 220. Set this over here. Perfect. And I'm going to turn this music up a little more. If you guys like certain music in the background, just tell me. We'll play it. Okay, we're tossing away your store credit now. Very nice. All right. I don't know how crazy tonight's going to be. You know, yesterday night was actually kind of, to tell you the truth, yesterday night was a little bit slow. And that could be because we're waiting for a new product to arrive. We're waiting for maybe like the new English Mega Brave, English Mega Symphonia. I heard that that's going to be called like Mega Evolutions. Is that right? Man, everything that has evolutions on the name kind of does well. I wonder if that's going to make it sell faster or harder or something. But, you know, there's we've got on the menu, if you pay attention, the 151 surprise is coming. That's with the Gengar inside of it. So that's the Gengar set from China, the Gengar exclusive set. So, you know, people might be saving up for that. I don't know. But here's some other stuff. We still have the Mega Sublist for the Gengar, Ancient Origins Box Break. Mega Brave Mega Symphonia only has 3 spots left, guys, if you want a chance for a box of each. 2 boxes. So this has 3 spots each. That's the pre-sale for Mega Brave Mega Symphonia. Play that DJ Pikachu set. Check my last message. He says, I have a Digimon collector. Before you take it downstairs. What are you saying? I don't know. I didn't see anything that I needed to read. When are we expecting the new Final Fantasy set? That is also on the way, correct? Let me take a quick look. That should also be on the way. So there are some new sets. People might just be waiting for those to arrive. Here it is. It says, let me look at the details. I ordered that a couple days ago, it says. And it's expected to arrive. It's not close to me. It's not close to me. So that might arrive by Wednesday. That's my bet, is Wednesday, guys. Wednesday. Here is a note from Robert Wright. Thank you as always. Although I do come and go, I always keep my YouTube membership up. Oh, that's really nice, man. I appreciate that. Let's stretch my leg. My legs. All right, you got a Digimon collector? You should play the Godfather song. I don't know about that. Here we are. Here's Sanrio and Drowsy and Mega Gengar. Here's Shining Raichu. We've got the Nazgul. Ooh, let's go ahead and grab some more slabs. You guys like slabs, don't you? So my job is to get these slabs priced up and rotated quickly so that we can get through all the cheap ones, the expensive ones, and get a fresh picture for them for August, right? So we got to get fresh pictures on these for August. All right. Here's what we got. Wow, this is nice. This is Pokemon Platinum, huh? That's cool. I like that. That's Torterra. The Card Father. I like it. That's great. The Card Father. How do you think Hidden Fates will do in now that Sun and Moon era is going up? Well, Sun and Moon era has been going up the whole time. But let's take a quick look at the Charizard SVU49. I actually bought another one of those because I predicted that he would start to jump pretty soon. So I ran back out and grabbed another one of those. He is sitting at 1.4 thousand. 1.4 thousand on this guy now. Wow. So 1.4 thousand. And when did I buy mine? Let's see. So I used to have two of them. I sold them and now I bought them back. So I bought mine in May. So in May, recently. And I got them for 1,000. So there you go. So there you go. I had a feeling in my tummy. And my tummy was saying, you better go snatch that Charizard or you're going to feel like sad because you're going to overpay for it later. So I snatched one of those. And he's just a great looking card. You know, he was a really viral card set back then in 2019. A lot of people think it's just Logan Paul that made Pokemon cards popular back then. But no, that's not true. Pokemon cards were doing very well all on their own without Logan Paul. It's more like he noticed that. That's what really happened. He noticed Pokemon because it was just going really viral. And there were all these people talking about investing in Pokemon. In particular, me and a couple other people were talking about investing in Pokemon. And then he kind of jumped in on that. And that was a really good thing for all of us. All right. Poker Torterra. Let's see if we can find that. Poker Torterra. Nope, there's not one for sale online. I get to pick my own price. It's going to be $100 for this. Let's make it $95. Let's make it $95. It didn't sell last time, so make it slightly cheaper. Oh, this is a perfect mini stickers. Bandai Seal DOS, huh? That is an interesting one. What do you guys think of that? I feel like this is a good eBay card. Perfect 10 on that. I was letting you know that I have a digital collection and to add that. Oh, I thought you were saying you have a Digimon collection. Oh my gosh. I think what you need is, you need to say, can you take a picture for me and post it in my Discord channel? Yes, we have a new thing that I forget about where I take pictures and post them to your personal Discord channel. So he's got a Discord channel that only he can see. And I'm posting his new Tyranitar in it. I thought you were talking about Digimon. We are. God, Digimon's got like Angel-Woman. What's up with that, man? They're putting titties on these little evolving things. I don't know about that. We are. All right, let's get some pictures, shall we? So here is Gliscor. He's up to $150. That's not changing. That price is going to remain the same. There we go. That's fine, mister. Thank you. What's a digital collection? It costs 20 bucks. You get your own private channel in the Discord server. And then when you purchase like a slab, I take a picture of it for you. So you can pretty much remember what you have. You can easily track what you have. This is especially useful for people who know their cards are going to stay over here for an extended time. This is the Team Rocket pack break. It says 11 out of 11. What's up with that? $34, 11 out of 11. That's because each person gets one card randomly drawn from the pack. One person's going to get the rare card. Maybe it'll be Charizard. We've seen that before. It's happened before. Oh, look at that. 100K giveaway. That's cool. But we're actually going to pull one more from over here. So, so this is a PSA 9 Machop. He was for $45. Nobody bought him at $45. We're going to place him at $30 and pop him into the Poke Shuffle. He's going to the Poke Shuffle. This is the $5 Poke Shuffle. $5 chance for a slab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you randomly get a card drawn for $5. If you get the card that has the writing on it, you get the slab that I wrote about. So this card shop is just loaded with all kinds of stuff like this, like the breaks and the extremely popular Poke Shuffle, the semi-popular live customs. We got all kinds of stuff like this. It is. You guys want to see what's actually in the Poke Shuffle, what you have a chance to pull? Let's, here, I got my drink. I got to move my drink out of the way first. Okay, there we go. So let's grab this box. Let's see what's in the Poke Shuffle. So besides the fact that there's a lot of live custom spots in the Poke Shuffle, here are the slabs. So you got Machop, Groudon 10, there's a Pupitar. Here is a really rare Topps card, but it's graded 9, but it's holographic. Here's a Rainbow Dragonair, Zapdos, double Zapdos 10s. Those are cool. We've got a vintage Why Not 10. That's really nice. Sprigatito. This Meganium's really nice. Here's Master Ball Iron Thorns, vintage Dark Porygon from Neo 4. Here is Radiant Hisuian Sneasler. We've got the Gardevoir still in there somehow. Palafin, Pidgeotto, Cast Form, Charmeleon, Venusaur, and even this legendary collection Beedrill. But he's only a 6. So there you have it. Those are the current slabs in the Poke Shuffle. Pretty cool stuff. Now, we show the Poke Shuffle off because it's all random. I can't show off the live custom, I'm afraid. It would make it too easy to snipe the live custom. So you'll just have to see what's in there. No drinks near these cards. I got a little drink. I gotta have a drink. Gotta have a drink, man. But they're not near anyone's bags. They're near the slabs. So I got these slabs like the Poke Shuffle slab. I've never knocked my drink over. I'm good to drive, bro. My juice keeps me going. Now, what do we have here? We have a Ronald Palmer Metapod. Let's see who that is. This is a slab that's probably been here for about 2 years, and we're calling it. We're saying this guy's not showing up. This is from 2023. So this guy's last order was in April of 2023. This is, in fact, an abandoned slab. Sometimes people abandon their slabs. Maybe it was a gifted to them. Maybe it was a Poke Shuffle and they don't care for it. I don't know. But this one's abandoned, and it's a stinky 9.5 Blue Poker Metapod. It's pretty self-explanatory why he didn't want to pay $9 to ship this one. He just didn't care for it. So now we're going to get rid of it. I don't know, for some price. I don't know. What do you guys think this is worth? 20 bucks? It's got to be worth something. I mean, grading it costs 20 bucks. So we'll set this guy down for 20 bucks. Look at that. Sri Lankan Boy Curse. No, not the Sri Lankan Boy Curse. What are you talking about, dude? All right, so here's actually a very good card. The Japanese Vending Cubone from $7.25. We're going to reprice it for the month of August now before we take a picture, because that is a card to watch carefully. He could almost go into the pricey box. He's getting kind of expensive. Vending Cubone. You ready? Oh, Vending Cubone's actually cheaper. Okay, so somebody posted one for cheaper. His price went down. All right, well, you got it. So when the prices go up, I follow them up. When the prices go down, I follow them down. This guy's going to be 125 now, and I would not be surprised if someone snatched him, like, right away. Okay. There it is. That's a good deal, in my opinion. Okay, Slabs Lives Matter. That's true. All right, we're going to head up to... Where is it? Ah, here it is. All Slabs August. So we're going to take a picture of this. Click. All right, so we took a picture of this, and now it's getting posted into our Discord server. So now you can come back to that server and go shopping for these. And we just constantly do that. That server constantly gets updated. So it's a place you can hang out if you want to see what's going on with my slabs and see if any deals pop up, anything that catches your eye. Next abandoned slab should have to soak in a bucket of Coca-Cola until it deteriorates. Steven Gonzalez ordered this 12 hours ago. I saw you gave me an extra pack. Here's for the other. What? You didn't have to do that, Steven. Wow, Steven Gonzalez, too kind. I just noticed that. So Steven Gonzalez being way too kind. All right, thank you, man. And now it looks like no orders in the ZELLE queue. Could tonight be a slow night? Here it is. Click. Yesterday was a slow night. Martin Ramirez, slab away the Cubone. Oh, well, there you go. So Cubone's gone. All right. Here it is. Cubone's a $10 fee for slab away, not a $20 fee. It's too cheap for the $20 fee. Okay, Mr. Martin. What does it mean if my wife hangs out with her girlfriend more than me? Is that really going on? She's hanging out with her girlfriend too much? Tell her you want to be her girlfriend. Hey, baby, how about you and me be girlfriends? Let's see. We're heading over to Slab Away. Wait a second. Oh, that's the Pricey Slabs channel. Okay, okay, good. So the first step, we're going to say that Cubone is sold. Okay, the next step, we're going to head over to the Slab Away channel and set you up. Mr. Martin. Today I went to a gaming club again. LOZ Gaming. It's kind of cool. It changed. LOZ Gaming, it changed. Some other guy's running it, sort of. Okay, we're going to say August 25. All right. Martin Ramirez. I like this other guy a lot better. I think he's pretty smart. You could tell he just comes off way smarter. Okay, this guy say 125. Now, again, we're going to take $10 for the reserve fee. That means you applied $10 to it. So $115 remains. Okay, you owe $115 on this slab, and it is due 6 months from now. No more pea smell? There were quite a few kids there still. There was no pea smell, but here's the interesting part. So the guy who owns the gaming club, his name's Brian, and I don't know, he's kind of a goofy guy. He seems very nice, by the way. He's very nice, but he never struck me as sort of like sharky. You know, you can meet somebody who's like a real estate agent. They got that sharkiness to them. You know, like they're evil or something. Well, he just doesn't have that. He's like pure or something. I don't know. And, you know, he wanted to run it as a nonprofit. And I kept telling him, I was like, you can't be a nonprofit. You got to make some kind of money. Nonprofits make money. But I told him, I was like, there's so much money to make here. You got. But anyways, he's like, nah, I want to do a nonprofit. So he's stuck being like a manager at Walmart while he's got this seemingly wildly successful business on his hand, but he doesn't monetize it. So I always thought about maybe trying to advise him, but, you know, anytime I talk to him about it, he seems uncomfortable with it. So I just sort of leave him alone. And we stop into this gaming club every now and then, and, you know, it's had this issue where it's like really stinky, really loud. It's like a playpen for kids. It's kindergarten. It's not kindergarten. It's babysitting. It's advanced babysitting. Babysitting with computers and TVs. This new guy is helping him run it named Matt. And Matt seems like a dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, you talk to him, he's got the gleam in his eye. He knows what's going on. You can tell he's got a business sense about him, right? Like he'll eat your lunch. That is a perfect explanation for it. And Kirsten and I were just hanging around. We were just sitting at a table, and some kid did something. I don't even know what he did. And this guy, Matt, shouted at him like he was going to stab him or something. And the kids were just like, oh, let's be good. I was like, oh, okay. The tone has changed. The tone here has changed considerably. And I like that a lot better because the kids were just crazy every time we went. The Shinji Seismitoad is going to the moon. All y'all said I was crazy. Well, it is a Shinji card, so Shinji cards tend to do well anyways, but I'm not a Seismitoad fan, so it's all yours. It's all yours. You can't FOMO me. I'm the FOMO master. By the way, here's another break you guys haven't thought about probably is this booster pack break. It's got 3 out of 14 spots so far. We're trying to fill that up to 14, obviously. And the queue is empty. It's only 2:52, and we have an empty queue. We might have a dead stream tonight, guys. It's, you know, if it's a slow stream, I will probably just choose to end it and have a day off. But I just say that because I'm, you know, just letting you guys know. For Sunday, we're going to try vertical stream, by the way. We tried one earlier in the week, and Mike Side and I analyzed the data. We want to try a full vertical stream, not 50 minutes. We want to do a vertical stream for like 3 hours and see the data after that too. So Sunday's probably going to be a nice vertical stream. We're going to experiment with that one more time, but I'm telling you that ahead of time so you don't bite my head off, because some of you guys were biting my head off over the vertical stream last time. But we got to experiment. You know, I like to experiment. You do know that you could get into a relationship with them, have that Mac guy stream 1 or 2 times a week fulfilled by distribution or for, yeah, I don't know about all that. But so Matt, he's a lot more business savvy. You could tell he is. And he and I were talking a little bit about potentially what could happen over there. And it was nice meeting him. He wants to host a card convention out here in Lake of the Ozarks, and I think that's spectacular. He says we don't have sort of like we don't have a large population in Lake of the Ozarks, but everyone from Kansas City, St. Louis, Columbia, and Springfield, they love to drive in. So he kind of explained to me that they host Pokemon tournaments now, and much of their audience drives in from all these other places to play. And he says he thinks if we ran a card convention in Lake of the Ozarks, it could potentially do well. So that's something that I was talking to him about, and I might talk to him more about it. And I'm very interested in it. So if I can help him with that, I'm going to try and help him. You always throw me off when you say that it's Sunday, but you're saying the Sunday stream as if it's Saturday. Welcome to the Mondays. Whoa, what's this? Eddie Mendoza, 12 Lugia spots. Wait a second. Eddie Mendoza wants 12 Lugia spots? You've been around a while, Mr. Eddie, so I'll let you do it, but you're going to lose 480 if it misses, man. You're not going to like that if it misses. I don't know, dude. I don't know if I advise that. So Eddie Mendoza, if you change your mind, do it soon, okay? Because that's a lot of risk. Wait. No, that finishes it, doesn't it? That finishes it. So you change your mind right now if you change your mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't know, dude. I want you to pull it, okay? So if you pull it, we're all going to shout, yay, yay for Eddie Mendoza. If you miss it, it's going to feel horrible, okay? Just so you know. Because I've had guys do this, and they often regret it, unless they hit. But guess what? If you do this consistently, you will miss. Yeah? Coin flip himself. Mr. Coin flip himself. Hey, if you want to do 11, take the last spot. Oh, if you want to do 11, I'll take the last spot. It isn't even that much of a discount when you buy that many spots. You got 1, 2, 3. Well, this card goes for about $1,000. This is like $1,000 card. So he's spending $480 for a little less than half of a chance. Because it's 12 versus 16. So his odds are less than 50, but they're close to 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm just going to ask, are you sure, Mr. Eddie? Are you sure this is what you want? It's still a big discount. Now, that's RNG right there. We all saying that because we're all in on the card and want to go, even though I have a spot in the break. I say, Eddie, don't do it. Eddie, you got to be sure. Let's grab the bag. It's still a big discount. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Is he here? I assume he's here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 12 and 15. There's actually one spot left. There is exactly one spot left. All right. I like those odds. Let my boy Eddie cook. Eddie didn't say no, and he did send this payment in. I'm pretty sure we're doing this. Eddie, you got like a second to cancel this, okay? Because there's one spot for sale. That's it. There's one spot. Call it, guys. May I have the name for that Metapod? The Metapod, here it is. Blue Poker Set Metapod, is that what you're asking? I bought a spot last night's stream for that card. Did you put my card in there with my name on it? You tell me, Mr. Crazy. Let's see. Philip, Jose, Sean, Brett, Kyle, Nathan, Jesus, Alicia, Jonathan, Nathan, Andrew, Colton, Sunvan fan. Is that right? Well, slap my ass and call me a B. Yep, it's there. There is one spot left in this Lugia break. Who wants to lose 40 bucks? 42.8 chance to hit. Yeah, less than half. Slightly less than half. I've seen LaFlame do this a lot, and it didn't always work out for him. It did work out sometimes. Hawaiian Rifleman says me. All right, so we know the last spot's going to sell. Mr. Mark wants to buy it. Trying to reach out to you about my shipping, but Discord's not letting me DM you. Would you rather me email you? Oh, email's fine. Email's fine. Are you just wondering where it's at? The tracking numbers aren't updating recently. We don't know what that's all about. All right, I can see I've got a payment in. LaFlame goes hard. Yes, he does. He went very hard for a little while. Let's see. Victor Cardenas already bought it, it looks like. So Victor Cardenas has sent in for the last spot because he's just really wanting it, perhaps. Give me a moment here. All right. He wants the last spot. He wants to use the store credit for that. Here it is. Okay. Blue Metapod is sold. Okay, so this shall say 0.5. Here you go, Mr. Aovic. Aovic's got this store card because I sell his slabs for him on occasion, and then he ends up with the store credit. It's very nice. Wasn't fast enough. Yeah, some of these guys are pretty fast. They are. All right, so Aovic. I'll give you a little lightning bolt, Mr. Ao, because you went so fast. Okay, this is clip-worthy. Is it? Is it? Okay, clicking on this. Let me just see this one more time. Yep, Eddie Mendoza, 480, 12 Lugia spots. All right, there's no mistaking it. All right, so let's get it set up. Good luck, Mr. Eddie Mendoza. I'm rooting for you. I really am, because you went in at an unusual rate. But it can go to anyone, and so I hope all you guys have an equal shot. If we're going to say one, what I'm trying to say is ultimately it goes to whoever it goes to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. All right. People enjoy seeing some crazy risk, huh? All right. Let's get a recount going on these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So that counts out to 28. Oh, there's no star card in this break. I opted to do no star card on the candy break. All right. Maybe because it's sort of like an end game sort of break, similar to the mega break. Okay. So here we have it. You ready? He spent $400 on the spike. So this is a $480 spot he just bought. He just bought out about half of the Lugia. A little less than half. When is the last time someone did this? Really, it was usually LaFlame. If anyone bought like this, it would be LaFlame. But he had some really bad luck. Like, it just wasn't going his way. And so, as a result of that, I feel like he took a little break from that. We are. I don't blame him. But we also saw ones where he took about half the spots and won, too. So, we've seen it go both ways. But it hurts when you miss, man. It hurts. You're really gifting 480 to somebody. Okay. Give me a number. Give me a number. So the audience now splits the deck. It's an important part. 5. J. Oliver, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you, Mr. J. Oliver. Okay. Slide that over like that. And now we shuffle the names up. So blank cards belong to Mr. Eddie Mendoza. So if it's blank, we know who it is. I'm supposed to be counting these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. All right, cool. So this gives us some work too, because when this break is over, we can go try to pick out the next rare candy break, because I like picking those rare candy breaks. We can make the next rare candy break SV49 Charizard. He said, has no say, but I don't think it's even clip-worthy. It's just think it is. It's cool. It's definitely cool. We don't usually make a clip out of the breaks, but it's still cool. It's a, if he pulls this, it's pretty exciting, actually. This is so slow. Oh, I need like a shuffling machine, don't you think? I got my money on Alicia for the win and Eddie with the star spot. Yeah, that's the thing. Every single person here has a shot. If you bought a spot in here, just because just because Eddie Berto bought half the spots doesn't mean you don't have your 1 in 30 odds. Everybody has their 1 in 30 odds. It's just that Mr. Eddie has a very high chance because he bought so many spots. It is, but you know, we've seen this time and time again. You buy 10 spots in a break, and then it goes to Rumpelstiltskin, and he bought 1 spot in the whole break. He bought 1 spot, goes to Rumpelstiltskin for 40 bucks, and he's like, oh, cool. You know what I mean? That happens all the time. All right. People were going deep in the Victini, too. Not this deep, but they were buying like 3 spots. It's like $120, you know? All right, give me a number. I got my money on Alicia for the win and Eddie with the star spot. Here it is. Mr. Robert Wright chooses 1. Wow, really? Okay, so that's allowed, though. So we'll place that there. Okay. Ooh, here goes. Oh, I thought I saw a star card in there. There's no star card in this break. Alicia Brown. Nope. Okay, Alicia. By the way, fair warning. It's not a legitimate run unless the number of baggies or booster packs matches up with the number of cards, okay? The list and the booster packs have to align. So I just do that as a warning ahead of time in case I miscounted. Here's Philip, because we have to do a whole nother, it's an illegitimate run if there's been a miscount. Mr. Brett Love, we like Mr. Brett. Sorry, Brett. All right, here is Mr. Eddie. Cold. Mr. Eddie. Cold. Oh, Mr. Eddie Mendoza, cold. Eddie again. A couple of your spots, guys, shuffled together. Eddie again. All right. Philip Adornado. Nathan Gordon. Here's Sean Gallagher. Mr. Sean. Jesus Aguilera. Eddie Mendoza. Jose Arredondo. It's going to go to Jose Arredondo. Oh, no. All right. Man, I saw it and it shocked me. Jose Arredondo. I'm going to set this here. Now, we got to finish it out. Okay, don't celebrate until it's over, Mr. Jose. Here's this. We're going to finish this out. You ready? Ooh, what a snipe. Yes, everyone has a shot. That is the truth. It doesn't matter how few or how many spots a person buys. If you bought 1 spot, you've got your 1 in 30 odds. Here's Aovic. Close, Mr. Aovic. That you were actually pretty close to it. Colton Pinder. Oh, this is like holographic. Took me off. There's Mr. Sun Van Fan. Thank you, Mr. Sun Van Fan. Here's Alicia. Sorry, Alicia. She had 2 spots. Here's Mr. Eddie. All right, no luck there, huh, Mr. Eddie? Here's Mr. Eddie. And here's Kyle Summers. Here's Nathan Gordon. Mr. Eddie Mendoza. And Jonathan Fernandez. There it is. That's the end of the break. It all lined up, which means Jose Arredondo just pulled Lugia for 40 bucks. Wow. Somebody got a holo card. If you're new to the stream, you might be new. If you're new to the stream, that is what a slab break looks like. It's a pretty cool way to obtain a card that's already graded 10, and surprisingly, from a purely mathematical point of view, your odds of pulling the Lugia are better here than if you actually opened up booster packs of Silver Tempest. It's actually more cost effective to be in my break where I get a margin, and despite that margin, it's still better odds than if you open booster packs. Why? It really comes down to how rare it is to get a 10. You get 10 like maybe half the time, a third of the time, a quarter of the time. And the fact that you can open so many cases and just never pull Lugia. Or you can pull Lugia on the first pack. But on average, he just doesn't come out very often. So that's why we host these breaks. We're big fans of them because we think that mathematically they offer more value. Mathematically, I'd rather you be in this Lugia break than open Silver Tempest. All right, so let me set these here for the moment. Jose Arredondo, this is now your card. Here you go. What do you guys think of that? He just pulled Lugia for 40 bucks, and it's already graded 10. If you actually pull Lugia out of Silver Tempest packs, how many packs would you have had to have opened to grab him? And then you would still owe PSA money to grade it just for it to come back PSA 9. Very cool. We need a whole video on that math. Yeah, you can actually do the math from ChatGPT, okay? You can do that math from ChatGPT. So open up your ChatGPT app and start asking it, what are my odds of pulling a Lugia? How many booster packs do I need to open to pull a Lugia? And times the, so in other words, you can ask ChatGPT, how much will it cost me to pull a PSA 10 Lugia out of Silver Tempest packs? And then just set a price too, like on the packs. So like you can look up like the price of an eBay box or something like that and then compare it there. And it will come up with some pretty scary numbers. The numbers are astronomically higher than just being in a break, surprisingly. Yeah, and that actually leads us back to something we've always known. PSA 10 slabs are kind of underpriced compared to the very difficult mathematical odds of pulling the card out of the booster box. So we've known that for a long time. That's why people always say, I'm going to go buy the single. Why? Because they believe the single is underpriced. And that's because sometimes they are compared to opening booster packs. Opening booster packs, the absolute most expensive way to obtain the card. Gyarados was done on 7/31. Instructions unclear. ChatGPT has Taoism as per my PC and is now trying to take over the world. Started off rough, but we're turning it around. Marshall. I was rooting for Eddie Mendoza to pull. I liked how deep he went, so I would have liked him to pull the Lugia, but I am always 1,000% impartial on the breaks, and we got double blind split and lots of shuffling, and it's very cool. I like what we do here. Very proud of what we do here. We are. All right. Mr. Eddie, I want to get you a little gift too, okay? So stick around. Don't turn off the TV. We are. He went pretty deep, so we ought to give him something, don't you guys think? We ought to give him like a farewell gift to his wallet. We are. All right. Okay, Jose Arredondo. What a lucky night for that guy. What a lucky night. And for us, let's go ahead and get a free slab. Okay, I got one for you. You ready? So we got a free slab for you. Okay, that's for Eddie Mendoza. That's your, I bought a lot of spots in the break backup pull. It's your insurance pull. You got a little Slowpoke 10 from Old Maid. Might add a little thing to it too. You ready? So let's see what we could potentially add to it. Give him PSA 9 Lugia. That'd be nice. A little PSA 9 Lugia, but that one's 90 bucks. Let's see. Oh my God. Do you guys want to see how many of these knockdowns I have? Look at these knockdowns. Yeah, so I kind of like this knockdown. So I'm going to give you one of these knockdowns as well. We gave one earlier away. That's a lot of knockdowns. Okay. So you got a nice little Old Maid Slowpoke. You got a nice little knockdown. And it looks like I've got, let's see, what else do we got? Oh, yes, I've got one of these Dusclops. I'm a big fan of him. And, oh, look at these Greninjas, dude. I wish I could give you one of these, but those are really expensive, unfortunately. I can't afford that one. Here, we'll do a little bonus card. So there's a little vintage Misty Seadra. It's a pre-release card. That should be worth like 15, 20 bucks maybe. I don't know what it goes for these days. But it should be worth a little penny. So there you go. So you got a couple cute little cards here. And we'll just slide this back here like this, Mr. Eddie. So I'll do that. All right. Really appreciate you setting off the break tonight. That was pretty cool. We were set to have a slow night before you sent that order in. Did you know that? Seemed like it was going to be a little bit slow. And I was tempted to go take the night off. I don't take a lot of nights off, especially not on the weekend. So when I can take a night off, I go, ooh, okay. There we go. So a little consolation price. Japan oversell the card in 1 day. Which card? Misty's priceless. Yeah, Misty's priceless. Who's talking crap on Misty? I won't tolerate it. This is for sale for $6,000. This is the Charmander break. Here's Trapinch. All right, so stick around, guys, because we have to pick out a new break card. We have to pick out a new rare candy break card, so that's going to be fun. And I don't know what it should be. But before we go too far, let me see this. Let's see. Oh, okay, so Mr. Austin's asking about shipping. Wait, let me make sure I read his whole email. All right. Shipping has been very slow with USPS, and my USPS office doesn't like to scan labels. There we go. All right. Oh, you're trying to file a claim. That's way too early to file a claim. There we go. Okay, so let me mention that as well. All right, so no need to file a claim. All right, so there we go. Mr. Austin's USPS has been really stinky, and it's not just for me. A couple people mentioned it's for them too. Two Japanese, Azure Lane, Volume 2, for Mr. Steven. I found another card to add to my list, and it's got a very low pop. Sans theme playing. Yes. We are. So, guys, what do you think the new rare candy break should be, huh? Tossing this over here. What do we got? What do we got? Okay, we got her. And we've got this girl as well. USPS has been bad for 3 months. Maybe they've been slowed down. I don't know. Who knows what's going on with them. Your favorite friend is here. It's my favorite friend. He's here. All right. Guy here setting pre-orders of the promo 40. What? Thank you, Steven. Appreciate it, man. That's 2 Azure Lanes. Okay. All right. I send via UPS now. Really? UPS, huh? USPS is making you pay 49 cents for something. I don't know why. Mr. Jay-Z is buying the blue Metapod. Here it is. Okay, Blue Deck Metapod. Thank you, Jay-Z. I hope you appreciate that nice price. Sometimes we have prices that are better than the rest of the market. Not always, but sometimes. All right, so after that, the queue is empty. So technically it is a slow night. Slow Saturday, huh? But that's okay. We've got a little bit of time here to work on picking out a new break. So this should be exciting. Let's see. Wonder what would be most popular. That's my job, is to pick out the one that you guys will go crazy for. Let's see. So we got this guy here. He's kind of cool. He's 36 bucks. No, I'm kidding. Here's a nice Espeon. That's kind of cool. This should be kind of pricey. It's a nice vintage card. That one's kind of cool. Thick Wick, if you like thick girls. Here's an English Aquapolis Tentacle. He's really neat. What do we got? Ooh, Umbreon could be cool. I don't know what he goes for now. Oh, I bet this would go real fast. Rayquaza. That's a nice one. We could do Chinese tag team Gengar. That'd be neat. Oh, look, guys, I've got a Shedinja. Who is it that likes Shedinja? Somebody in our group likes him. Got the birds. So these are all pretty neat. What do you guys think of this? What do you guys think of this group right here? Let's see. I don't recognize this music. Yeah, so this is new music, huh? Cool. I gotta tell Karis that there's new chapters of Deltarune out, because she really loves that game. All right. This Umbreon is now more expensive of the set. Are you saying it's the most expensive card of the set? The 3 on the right. So just keep in mind, even though a card might be more popular, it also might be astronomically harder to pull. Okay, so keep that in mind. But let's take a quick look into this Espeon, because I like him too. I like the Espeon. Okay. The Mew, I find to be extremely overpriced. When I look him up, he is really expensive. But what's interesting about the Espeon is I often feel like he is not correctly priced. I often feel like he's underpriced. Let's see. You guys like Espeon VMAX? He's a cool one. Quaza around 400. Okay. I put it to 2Vs. I think I've already made up my mind. I'm pretty sure we're going to go ahead and do this Espeon, okay? All right. All right. Espeon's a, that's like a really good one. Looks like Espeon's going to be the next rare candy with 25 spots. How many was the Lugia? It was 28, wasn't it? So that's cool. The Espeon will actually be fewer, it'll have better odds than the Lugia that we just hosted. All right, there it is. I'll let you guys vote on these in the past, and you guys actually voted for the Crown Pikachu that was, like, infamously stuck. It was, like, really stuck. Nobody wanted in. All right, there it is. Good. All right. Can't wait for my Sky Ridge Ho-Oh box topper. Very cool. I think this time we really will put in a star spot. Maybe every single break should always have a star spot. I think that's actually fair. We're going to say 1 in 26 star spot. Okay. Okay. And I'm not drawing that star spot very well, am I? That looks crappy as hell, dude. Now let's make it look better. I can't stand that. I'm not gonna stand looking at that. I can't handle that. What's up? I got timed out. Dang, dude. Okay. So we got some good slabs, and they're all just waiting to be broken. That's it. Okay. All right. Very nice. So he's looking good. Looks more like an A. Yeah, I know. That's what I noticed, too. I'm not an artist, okay? I don't want to hear it. Oh, no, wait a second. We really should draw this after putting it on the sheet. I am not an artist. I don't want to hear it. I hear those Snickers in the back. Stop snickering. Snickers. You're not yourself when you're hungry. Okay, there we go. I got timed out in another stream. Oh. All right. Well, I'm glad to be your second choice. Okay. All right. Okay, cool. Good. So there we go. We have the Espeon VMAX. He's ready to go, and the queue is still empty. So we have an empty queue, guys. I'm going to go ahead and start rotating these. We got Ampharos 9. We've got Zacian 10. Oh, also for that giveaway, where's that giveaway? Here it is. Let's put Mr. Eddie Mendoza on that as well. He gets to go on there, of course. Why wouldn't he? I'll put him down as Eddie M. Also, let's go ahead and hit roll on this. Sam Pope. Sam Pope. Nice to meet you, Mr. Sam. Here is. What would you guys like to talk about tonight? I think I was talking about a gaming club that I went to out here in Lake of the Ozarks that typically was not that good. Number 17, but it seems to be improving because a guy is helping the main guy run it now. Include. Here's Weatherman Max. I don't even think I need to write that down. You know why? Because we can just remember that he's number 18. Then it's Panda Kevin Collects as number 19. And number 20 is Justin Bruntz. All right, here goes. How come I always get timeout when it's time for my villain arc? Landing on 2. What? That's Tammy. Tammy pulls it on number 2. Congratulations. It pays to be Tammy. You are? All right, Tammy. Take a look at that Pikachu. Oh. Okay. Dang you, Nightbot. Miss Tammy Low. Good. Tossing that over there. All right. If you are new and you've never placed an order, give it a try. If you'd like to place an order with our stream, it's not that difficult. All you got to do is head over to the description of the live stream, where you'll find PayPal, ZELLE, CASHAPP, VENMO, and more. And that's how you pay. You just send a payment on one of those platforms. That's it. You just say what you want to open. Here's Zation. Look at that, Zation. So what do you think? This Zation should be the next giveaway? He's a pretty cool giveaway. Let's give away a TCC slab, guys. All right. Can I just keep getting more and ship later? Exactly. That's exactly how it works. Just like that. You can keep getting more and ship it all later. You can ship it like a week later, a month later, 2 months later, 7 months later, 8 months later. But don't leave it over here for a full year. That's the limit. 1 full year is the limit. Don't leave it over here for a full year. But yeah, you can really store your stuff over here for a long time if you're trying to hide it from the missus, or if you're just trying to build up a nice little baggie first, whatever you need. But we draw the line at 1 full year, okay? It's wigged. I'm pissed. All right, there we go. And we're going to say TCC. So there it is. We have a fresh giveaway card. You see, the last one ended. We just started a new one. Pretty easy. And let's go ahead and hit reset all entries. Okay, we reset it. Now we're going to jump over here. We need someone to finish out this Mega Brave Mega Symphonia break. Challenge rules, pre-sale. Oh, we have a new thing. 151 Surprise. That's the set with the exclusive Gengar Pikachu in it. So I caved and I purchased it. $200 a box. That's the price I'm selling it at, okay? That's 151 Surprise. Okay? So I've got that on the way. And you can order it ahead of time. Here's the donation papers. Let's go ahead and list. So I'm giving away what? $30 more, right? So 165. There it is. So I'm at 165. Cool. Oops. Very neat. Akira says, I regret to say that you're probably right. What up, mister? How you been? It's Jonathan Todd. Hello, Jonathan. I've been all right. How are you? Ooh. Look at this cheap and affordable $100 Jigglypuff card. You really think that's $100? Look, there's no date on it. Let's go look it up. Let's go look it up, because maybe that's not $100. We're going to search it. PSA 10 Poker Jigglypuff. Oops, Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff. Okay, so there is actually not a Jigglypuff for sale for $100. The cheapest one is $217. And that's a green poker set, which is generally a little cheaper than the red poker set. People prefer red. Okay, that's the only one for sale. I think our price is really good. I'm going to stick to 100 on this guy. I think our price is really good. There's one for 200, and that's the only one, and it's a green deck. We have a red deck, and it's $100. $8.25. Poker Jigglypuff with Charizard on the back. Very nice. Wow, 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 wow. God dang. I'm curious what is the surprise? What are you talking about? What is he talking about? He's talking about something. Let's see. I do tattoos, so I'll just use my tips. That is so crazy. We get so many tattoo guys. We get so many tattoo guys in here. I don't know what it is. Tattoo guys love Pokemon cards. That's crazy. Let's see. So now we've got, click, Tyler McCanch, 10 Poke Shuffles and 10 Gundams. Tyler, you're too kind, man. You're too kind. All right, Tyler. I'm going to slip this thing over here before I lose it. And then you ordered how many? 10 Poke Shuffles, 10 Gundams. Gundams. Let's see. So this is the new Gundam set, and it's $4 a pack. We have the Japanese version. We have not pulled the chase card out of the set. I would love to do that and get a clip of it. It'd be really nice if we could get a clip of it. Snip of that. Okay. Tattoos are really attractive on women. This is Brandon. Yeah, actually, I agree with you. There are guys who don't like tattooed girls. I don't understand that. I think tattoos are very sexy. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't mind girls being a little spicy, you know what I mean? A little spicy. A little loosey-goosey. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. 10 Poke Shuffles. Maybe it's a sign my life is too well organized. Okay. Depends on their taste. Oh, that's true. Yeah, I suppose you can get a really ugly tattoo. Like I saw a girl with an ugly neck tattoo, and it was like, I don't know, it was like insanity. It was like a red flag. It was like a warning. Like, stay away from me. 1, 2, 3. It has to. You're right. It has to be a tasteful tattoo. It can't be really, really stupid looking. At 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are the Pokey Shuffles. So he just paid $5 per card on these. This is $5 per card, and he's going to find out if he pulled anything. So we got Hypno, Walrein, Graffi, Cloyster, Seismatode, Spupa or something? I don't know what that is. 2 live customs. Executor, Metapod, Graveler. There it is. So your 10 spots will give you 2 live customs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That actually goes back into the live and back into the Pokey Shuffles. Now let's pull down his 2 live customs. Let's see what those are. 1, 2. No luck. 2 cold live customs. All right, you got 2 cold ones this time. Get a TCC logo tattoo. Oh yeah, I'm getting a TCC logo tattoo. Do you like girls with their blank pierced? Wow, I don't think I've ever met a girl with her blank pierced. I'm not opposed to it. Is anyone here turned off by that? I'm not turned off by it. Here it is. Sounds awesome. Why not? Mr. No, my Mewtwo wasn't added to the PSA sub. Have no fear, Nathan. That one hasn't actually shipped out. Tell me a little bit about your Mewtwo. What are you talking about? Send me a DM on that in Discord, okay? So we can start getting a paper trail on that, okay? All right, here we go. Ha ha ha, I have a spider on it. Okay, we're going to snip this. Snipping this. Very nice. I am not opposed. Snipping that. All right. Okay. If you judge too harshly, you're going to have not as fun of a life. That is for sure. Can't judge too much. All right, here's this. Tori, you freaky homie. I've hooked up with one girl that had one. I had a girl in high school, Clint and Nipples. Oh my gosh, did you just get me to say nipples? What do we got? We've got this guy with the gun. Rawr. Ooh, this cool guy. That one's textured, so he's rare. Okay, we got these 2. I wasn't going to stop because she had blank. What? What are you saying? The gooning skyrocketed in a matter of seconds. Troy, there's a limit, and you just went over it. Here's Sniper Guy. He's a sniper. Here's Captain Blowy Uppy. He looks like a bad guy for sure. You can tell they gave him some grotesque features. Here's Spinning Blade Guy. Twin Blade. Look out for the Twin Blade. And Reaper Hooks Guy. All right, nothing too crazy popping out of there this time, Mr. Tyler. There it is. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Mr. It's a full blood moon tonight, and my cat is violently tearing up the house. Please help. Is it a full blood moon? We must have clouds or something. I don't see it. I saw the full moon yesterday, though. It was really good looking. Looked really pretty. And the weather was so nice and warm. It wasn't too hot. But today it was, like, really hot. It was horribly hot. I went walking with Karis for like 30 minutes outside. I was drenched, dude. I was so sweaty in such a short period of time. I was like, what is going on? It was way too hot. All right, there's that. No wonder it looks so crazy. It is. It's Optimus Prime. Mr. Sounds red on cheeks. You think I'm blushing? No. It is. That would not make me blush. All right. So what will make me blush is if you pull a hot Pokemon card tonight, then I will blush. Let's see. I'm going to ask ChatGPT what to do as an activity in the live stream in a minute here. I wonder if ChatGPT can give me some live stream feedback, make it a little more fun. Here is Palkia for $100. So I saw a man get arrested with 8 police cars, a drunk or high rap battle, and an ambulance being called in a restaurant in D.C. tonight. What? It is. Every day, Akira loses brain cells. Akira. There's that. Look at this. Here's the knockdown. Look at that, 35 bucks, huh? He's a nice card. Now, wait a second, we keep these rare cards in the same pile. Shining Celebi, cheap and affordable, $7,900 on that Celebi. What do you guys think of that? Okay, let's grab some more slabs. Dang, dude, we were so busy over the last week, and the last day or two has been slightly slower, huh? I think everyone got their fill on Mega Brave and Mega Symphonia. I think that's what happened. Here's Wobbuffet. Nice. Sandshrew. Nice. This Oddish, which we're not allowed to sell yet. Can't sell it yet. Okay, I'll send them through here. Haunter, which it looks like Haunter used to be. Oh, we need a new gym break, don't we? I forgot about that. We need a new gym break. This is pretty cool. Look at this. This is a Duskull Master Ball. That's kind of cute, isn't it? Okay. Sent a Discord message about the PSA sub. Oh, good. Let me take a brief look at that. I got a friend request, too. Let me accept that friend request. All right, we got it. We got it. We got the friend request. And now let me take a look at this. Japanese Mewtwo SAR PSA sub a couple nights ago. Hoped it could go out on this August-September submission. Mewtwo Rocket SAR. Okay. And you're saying that I just posted the list. And you're saying you just got it a few nights ago too, huh? Oh, that's because I failed to grab it. It's right here. It's right next to me. Have no fear. My bad, dude. I must have, that submission was just supposed to contain like LaFlame stuff. But a couple of you guys had managed to pull some cards and send them off to PSA. So I was slipping those in with LaFlame stuff and my stuff. And I thought I grabbed them all. I guess I missed yours. Yours was kind of like right on the bottom of the shelf. It is. All right. So we know your card has to go in before it gets shipped out. So there we go. May ask where the clearance aisle. Yeah. Essentially, you're asking where are the cheap ones. We do occasionally get cards that are cheaper. Only thing I have to say is they often get snatched up a lot faster. Okay, so keep that in mind. The clearance aisle ones do tend to get snatched. In all seriousness, let's have some fun, guys. Here is, there's no wait time right now. We have an open queue right now. Here's a nice Pichu. That should be in the expensive slab channel. Let's put this here, actually. Put this here. We'll move this over here. So we'll do an exchange. And then that's the James C. Cathcart. That is Slack Off. And this is a beautiful Deoxys. And it looks like the price is already updated on that. Now, these two are really nice. These can go in the Poke Shuffle. We're going to do that real fast. I'm only here for cheap slabs. We got some cheap slabs. $40 isn't bad. Look, this is Gardevoir from 2022. That's Gardevoir. And then this Deoxys is from 2023 and is from Super High Tension Old Maid. There we go. Why is that man getting ready to mate with Gardevoir? What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, let's get it. So this one will say number 072, Arcana, Gardevoir, 10. Okay, so there's the Gardevoir going up into the Poke Shuffle. I think that's Diantha. Celebi winner gets a free side-eye button to wink. The what? Okay, so there's that. Now, we're going to get this Deoxys sent into that box as well. I think it's really good. He's going to be a -5 card. So we're going to say Old Maid Deoxys 10. -5. Okay, good. It's faster than opening up 1,100 packs and they're 10. What? It's because it's a full moon. Yeah, this is a full moon kind of chat. Good. And we got this nice Duskull, too. He needs to go up in there, too. He's nice. So he says 44. We'll put him in for 9 spots. 1, 2. Mr. says, Mr. loves when I say mate. It reminds me of who he really is. That's right, deep down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. Okay. Very good. We did it, lads. The fort is ours. Oh, wait. They're coming. Give them steel, boys. All right. So this is going to say Duskull 10. Boop. Maybe I'm losing brain cells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There it goes. Good. Okay. That depends. Do you open Labubus? I'm just kidding. That's so mean. I shouldn't say stuff like that. That's really mean. Unnecessarily mean. Oh, we're going to be giving that away eventually. Ooh, there's that Alakazam back in the front, huh? Slowpoke, huh? Blau Party, huh? Wait, REI, you have a soul? Let's see. What are you guys saying? Why is that man getting ready to... So, let's check the queue. Let's see if anything's changed. Mr. Zach's going to go ahead and jump into the jumbo pack break. Hey, thanks, Zach. Appreciate that. On this slower than average night. Okay. So, this is the jumbo pack break. It's another one of our interesting breaks that's about to go off. There's only one spot left in here. There's one spot left in the jumbo pack break. We need one more person, and this goes off. Jumbo pack break, everybody. The F is going on in the chat. You can't leave early. Chat's going nuts. I'm glad it's this and no other thing. So now we have refresh. All right, that's it. Wow, just a slow night. So strange. So strange. Why do you guys suppose tonight's a slow night of all nights? Let's go ahead and price up a new slab. Strange. Grab this. Okay. You guys waiting for a new set to come out, maybe? What are you guys waiting on? What is it? It's 8/10, middle of the month? Strange. Okay, we'll grab... let's grab this guy here. That sounds kind of wrong. Let's grab this. It's Saturday. People out getting turned. True. True. Maybe people are used to burning up all their Pokemon card openings on Thursday, Friday already. But we have one spot left on that Jumbo Mega Pack Break. Jumbo Super Mega. Knockley, huh? PSA 10. Knockley. Watch this Knockley be like 35 for sure. What could this Knockley possibly... 65. Yeah, right. Hold on. Let me try this again because my app's all frozen. That's not right. That's probably the English version. Okay, let's see. Let's try that again. So Knockley. Ah, there it is. Okay, 30 bucks. 30 bucks. Knockley, 30 bucks. Does Mr. have a pokey deck? What's a pokey deck? You mean like poker? 8.25. I punched in the logistics and I found out that you could give away cards as a promo with a specific amount of packs open within a stream. You say what now? I think what you're saying is that on a night where I'm earning more money, I can afford to do a larger giveaway. Is that what you're saying? That's probably true, but that's really, that's not another thing I want to have to keep track of. So what I do is I just kind of give away something. I always give away something. Look at that gimme ghoul. Look at this mini break. This mini break only requires 4 people. It's got 1 person in it. We need 3 more. Okay. What's your take on Team Up? Hold my boxes or time to unload? Time to open it. Jonathan Todd, it's time to open it, man. What are you talking about? You're going to open that bad boy, right? You're not going to sell that. You're going to open it. You don't want to be a pokey kid. You want to be a pokey man with hair on his chest. There's a man who invented the wheel and fire. Okay, there's no data on the Magby. So I'm just going to write 8.25 on it. I'm a man who built the Eiffel Tower with steel. So now we have to hit refresh. Aerodactyl Bootyful. He's really nice. He's available for Slab Away. So we got a couple nice new cards available for Slab Away because I'm going to be spending some money. Because I'm going to be spending some money on my bathroom. We're doing a bathroom remodel. We tore up the carpet in the bathroom, guys. I'll never have that carpet again. It was like a friend. 1980s bathroom carpet. The whole bathroom was carpeted. The tub was sort of like lifted off the ground because it was like, there was like this sort of like lifted floor around the tub, right? And even that floor was all carpet, all the way up to the edge of the bathtub, Really cool, really fun. So if you moved around too much in the bathtub, all the water poured over the side and hit the carpet. It was crazy. So it's all gone now. It makes me sad. All right, so Mahasvara is going to take that last spot on the jumbo pack break. What's the carpet lime green? Oh yeah, how did you know that? No, it's not. It was not lime green. What's your opinion on Fusion Strike and Lost Origin? They're both really good. Here it is. All right. How's that for an opinion? Okay. You know, trying to predict which set is most underpriced right now is so difficult to do, especially at this point where everything is like 1,000% saturated. Like everyone's already sat down with calculators and they've already said, okay, I think this is the one to buy. You know, there's just no way to tell. Here goes. This is the jumbo pack break. Oh, who has carpet in the bathroom? I've got carpet in the bathroom. Not anymore, though. But we got 2 more bathrooms to have fully carpeted bathrooms. Like, you walk in, and it's all carpet. We got 2 more of those, so it's not all gone. I can still live the carpeted bathroom dream. The 70s and 80s were a different time. Carpet was everywhere. Yes, this is a 1980s lake house. Okay, don't ever talk about that. It gives me the chills. Rip kitty era, rip carpet era. Bathroom carpet means Mr. is an 80s stoner. Give me a number. Give me a number. Carpeted bathrooms. If you've never had one, you don't realize they're actually kind of nice. But they're very gross when you think about it. So you can't think about it too much. But they are nice, dude. They are comfortable. You walk in, your feet are nice and toasty and snug. You don't know what that's like. Nice and toasty and snug. Yeah, it's good stuff, man. Bought to hold in 2022. Got in a case at $800 a box. Debating whether it's better to reinvest in another set. I don't know. If you had a base set booster box, would you sell it? Like the old one, the original one, 1999. If you had a base set booster box, would you sell it right now and get a new break just because it, you know, maybe it doesn't appreciate as fast as, I don't know, like the next booster box? All right, you touch grass. Give me a number. Give me a number. Mold concerns. I don't know. Sounds risky. Yeah, they just pulled up the carpet. They didn't find any mold, so it wasn't that dirty. Ready? Ready? All right. I'm sure there was like dust in the carpet. It's gross, dude. It's gross. Ooh, it's been double split, and we are ready to find out who pulls that whole round of booster packs. Come on now. Mahasvara, you're first. Oh, sorry, man. You had 2 spots in here? I didn't know that. Oh, that sucks. Beatrice. Oh, really? That's going to be Zachary Stex. Mr. Zach. Wow, lucky day, Mr. Zach. Zach's a real one, man. He's been in a lot of breaks where he missed, so he needs to occasionally get a hit. So this is a good situation for him because he has missed quite a few. But I feel like you've been luckier lately. We are. Womp womp. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I really appreciate you pushing that forward, though, because we were, man, we're having a weirdly slow Saturday. Usually Saturdays are good days. But, you know, anything can happen. We're still in summertime, technically. We are. I feel like everyone's had their fill on PRB2. And we did sell, actually, a lot of Mega Brave, Mega Symphonia. Maybe everyone's just done with it. They feel like they've seen it, you know. They've seen it. They're ready for the English one now. All right. Okay. So, you know what that means, Mr. Zach. We need Gen Mega orders. Jen was in here yesterday. It was really cool. But, you know, I don't know if we'll see any Gen Mega orders or LaFlame Mega orders. I think they had their fun, and they're breathing. That's actually a very common pattern I noticed. People will go really, really deep for a while, and they're just loving it. It's like a lifestyle. And then there's a point where they go, all right, I got to slow down. I can't do this forever. It's very, very normal, you know, because then you move on to other things in life. Get a new home, get a new car, getting your second boyfriend. Ready? Getting your wife's second boyfriend. There we go. Bro had an intervention. Okay, so we're opening all these beautiful packs. Now, he gets this Topps Mewtwo by default. That's a $20 card. It's nice. I got back into Pokemon watching you in 2020, 2021. Invested a good bit and can almost pay off my house now. It's nuts. Dang, dude, that's crazy. You're not the first person to say that. There's been some other people that have been saying the same things. And yeah, it's really crazy. Actually, there was a guy who sold this back to me. I didn't even want it. On 11/23, this Deoxys Rayquaza, he sold it to me. He was pushing me to buy it, and I was like, I don't really want it, dude. And then I was like, I'll help this guy out. So I bought it for $650, thinking, man, there goes my $650. Last sold on this, and this was like a month ago, $6,000 for this card right here, Deoxys Rayquaza. What? And that occurred within 2 years. It went from 650 to 6,000. What the hell? So Pokemon cards, they're like on a whole nother level. And I honestly don't know what to think about it right now. But I noticed we don't sell as many Weiss cards, and I don't have as many people demanding Weiss cards at the moment. Because I think what's going on is people see Pokemon doing really well, and so they're like, well, that's the thing then. I want a little bit of Pokemon. But the other thing that seems to sell really, really well definitely is One Piece. I think One Piece, it's going to be proving itself in the long term, in the future. It's going to be a good set. Just based off of the excitement, just based off of the frenzy of people opening it. One Piece, I think, has a good future. Also, Final Fantasy, not so bad, because I feel like the Final Fantasy sets have done okay. And then Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy set came out, and that was like a whole thing. You know, that was all anyone was talking about for like a solid month. So Final Fantasy, Magic the Gathering, good stuff. We are. All right. So I expect Final Fantasy to continue to perform well for a while. Okay. I wonder if Aerospace's Spaceman's wife caught him or something. I haven't seen him for a bit. Aerospaceman's wife. Aerospaceman. Oh, that's Brett. That's Brett. Well, I doubt that he was quote-unquote caught, but sort of his behavior is he pops in every once in a while, goes like insanely deep, and then pops back out. So that's actually kind of his MO. That's kind of what he does. He comes in. He's usually asleep right now, so he stays up extra late when he does come in. And yeah, he's cool, man. That guy goes really deep on these. Here it is. All right. I like him a lot. He's been very good to me. You guys have been very good to me. Jose Salinas, I started watching in 2020. I don't know if you remember, but I won a Crystal Golem on a break. That was you? Alex still talks about that because he was very close to being the one. I entered the mini break with the $10 and won from the mini break. Oh, that's so great, man. Yeah, well, we still host something like that. We call that the mega break now. We have a Gengar, and the Gengar costs, that Gengar. What is this music, man? I got really deep as well, just on the cards. The Gengar is like a $3,400 card, but you can pull it for just $40. And so that scenario is available again. Look at this. Nice. Look at that pig, dude. Super Mario. Cool stuff. So this is 1989 Nintendo Topps Mario packs. I guess they're called Super Nintendo packs or Nintendo packs. We are. Let's see. Here it is, the Mega Break. There it is. So this Gengar, I call him Game Boy Gengar. He's very niche. Look at that. I had a guy in Japan tell me, even in Japan, they struggle to find these because they're so desirable, but they're so extremely rare. And unfortunately, as a result of their rarity, very expensive. So no one can afford them. You can't afford them. And probably because you got guys that, like me, all the way over here in stinky America buying them. All right, this is, by the way, this is Solo Leveling. It's a card set that's printed only in Korean. It's printed in Korean because it's a Korean TV show. So we've got more of this left. I believe we reduced the price on this, didn't we? Isn't it like $6 a pack or something now? So try that out. If you've never opened up a box of those, try that out, the Solo Leveling. So this is the Jumbo Pack Break, and the fun of it is got all this crazy different booster packs in it. We want to see what kind of pulls he gets. Here's an Animal Crossing pack with actual amiibo cards that you can use in the game. You just have to scan it into your amiibo. So you've got Celeste, Megan, and Dom. What? It's got a little tie-dye shirt. That is a crazy jump on that Rayquaza. I'm Von Doom, and I pulled an OK card 5 years ago that was featured in a PokeRed video. You're not Von Doom. CEM. There it is. There we go. Very nice. Von Doom's Von Doom. Wow, wow, wow. Dom's a little gay. He seems a little gay. Dominic Belloci. Look at this. Euphemia Celeste and Dagmar Candy. I'm not going to lie. I used to be hooked on Animal Crossing when I was going through chemo treatments. now that game makes me sick to my stomach. Is it because it's sort of like maybe a bad memory? Here it is. I don't know. But also maybe because you played it enough that it's a little boring now. Karis and I are playing Elden Ring, Night Rain. Elden Ring, Night Rain. That is the game we are playing. Karis usually doesn't like... Oh, so this is Playboy magazine. Don't worry, there's no boobs. No nudity. Safe for work. But this particular set of Playboy cards are very interesting because you have a chance to pull a genuine vintage Donald Trump card before he was running for president. And we've even got a special roll in the Discord. If you're Donald Trump grades 10 with PSA, we'll give you a special Donald Trump roll. And if you drill the card, we'll give you a roll for that too. So we got a special... Okay, there's a little bit of butt cheek. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for you to see that. Here's a Playboy. These are on the menu. You can buy these and try for that Donald Trump card. Very controversial card. It is. And we've sold a ton of these. It's a very weird thing to pull. You pull it out and you're like, there he is. That's the guy. He was a Playboy card. There you are. Cover of Playboy magazine. No boobs. I don't want them. Oh, I meant there's plenty of boobs. All right, now here's Fearin. Could this be a signature? Wow, that actually was something. I did not expect that. So you pulled a full art Fearin. Very cool. Not valueless. Not expensive, but not valueless. Here's Tears of the Planet. Ursula. Okay, and Chocobo Chick. Drill, baby, drill. Who's my binder break buddy? The other guy is Andrew A. Martin. That's the binder break. We need 7 people in there. Look at this. I found a pack of Nikke. I just paid for more Nikke. We are getting more of this Nikke in. You know, I can think of 2 big reasons why people like Nikke cards. Okay, and this card's going to have this card in the back. This booster's going to have this card in the back. Okay, very sexy. There it is. 80s Playboy mansion, whatever they call that, high rise. Okay, this is Gem 2. Nothing crazy on the Gem 2. Gem 2s are very important because they give you a shot for the Gem 2 Umbreon. Here's One Piece PRB 1, right? And this is in English. This could be a Gold D. Roger. You ready? See what he pulls. Okay. Nah, but not a Gold D. Roger. Sorry, man. People are probably going to like Nikke because the game is so challenging. Yeah, it's challenging to not run off and start gooning. Set this over here. I guess I will keep playing the game. Here's Metazoo. So this is the rebirth of Metazoo. A company bought it. Apparently the former president of the Pokemon card company in America, vice president, I mean, bought this Metazoo game. How's it doing? Are there any Metazoo fans in here that can tell us how the brand is doing? Because I don't keep up with the news on Metazoo. Oh, okay. So they do keep some of the old artworks. Look at that. Piasa bird. Very nice. I know one character. What, Mothman? Mothwoman. Here's Code Geass, Union Arena. So I have a gentleman asking for more Union Arena. I just bought Full Metal Alchemist. That's going to be on the menu. It's on the menu now, but it's like a pre-sale, okay? Okay, you've got Callan and an Action Point card. I don't know what you do with that. Okay. We should make an alternative channel called TheCardconomist. What? That's too much. You're doing too much. Ooh, that's a cold pack of the Lost Abyss. Here's your free pack of Digimon. So this is just free. You got Gabumon. Congratulations. You got a Gabumon. Now we have a lovely Pikachu. Look at that Pikachu. Wonderful. Okay. Mr. Were DBZ cards ever a thing? Yeah, we used to have several DBZ sets on the menu. Now we just have, I think it's like 3 or 4 sets, actually. We used to have a whole list of them. It should be in the extended menu. Let me read it. So I'm going to go over here to the extended menu. You should be able to click on a link that takes you there. I'm scrolling down. I'm looking for Dragon Ball. We have Manga Booster, Beyond Generation, and History of Z. That's what we have. Beyond Generation, which I believe is English. All right, so Scarlet Violet, code. This is really special. This is Indonesian Celestial Storm. Please be a hot one. Please be something. No. Oh, but look at this. You got that. Oh, look at that. Umbreon and Espeon. That's cool. That's great. I'll just give you all the comments from here. They're pretty interesting. So there you play with that, right? Here's Gundam. Gundam. And it's got 2 girls. Okay. That's fine by me. Indonesian number 1. Here's Paldea Evolved with the chance for the $3,000 magic card. Okay, how's that card doing today? Hollows. Destined Rivals. He's got a $1,000 Mewtwo in it. Scarlet Violet base set. Oh, that's a bummer. All three of these were cold. This looks like it's Korean Terror Festival. Okay. Oh, it is Korean. And hey, Gimme Ghoul. All right, Gimme Ghoul. Apaka Terima Kasih Indonesia. What? People love that Yuri card. What? The Yuri card? Who? Who, what, when, how? Okay, so unfortunately for this round, we haven't had any like crazy one booster packs that had like a big hit in it. That's part of the fun of the jumbo pack break is maybe you get really lucky and like you just, you know, catch lightning in a bottle and it's just this ultimate pack break with like, you know, 2 or 3 major hits popping out. But not this time. I guess the odds for that aren't super high, but there's still a chance. So you got to see. Now, here it is, the 151 pack. This also seems like a Korean pack. It is. And you're going to pull. Hey, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. You got Squirtle. Nice, dude. Yeah, the Korean 151 packs aren't even that cheap. So that's actually a nice pull. Okay, there you have it. There we have it. Very good. Let's take a quick look at those pulls again. Are you guys ready? Here it is. That's the results of the jumbo pack break. So by default, you get this Mewtwo. He's just a nice card. He's in a cellophane holder. You also get this Adventure Times Card Wars this time. I didn't open it because I feel like they might be more valuable sealed because the heroes are on the front of the pack. And you got Gimme Ghoul. You got Umbreon. That's kind of cool. Indonesian Umbreon. Pikachu. That was not so bad. Pulling Pikachu out of the Dragon, whatever it's called. Not Dragon Majesty. What was it called? Like Happy Dragon? I can't remember. Free Gabumon. Piasa Bird. That was a disappointment. Gem 2, Sexy Woman, Ursula. Oh, yeah, you actually did pull this card. That's neat. Squirrel's good. Squirrel's a good one. Okay, you got some of these lovely cards. Nothing in here. And then not really too much in here either. All right, overall, not bad. I don't think it was actually that bad. You got a couple interesting cards out of here. Let's go grab your bag, Mr. Zach. Mr. Zach. Did you need a new bag, Zach? I can't remember. No, I see you have a bag. You have a very full bag. Let's create a new bag for Zach. Do you think low background steel would be a good investment? Low background steel? Is that, are you talking about like a metal? Like investing in something other than gold and silver? I bought these rolls of copper coins, and I can't remember what I paid for them, but I bought them, and I make like $1 when I sell them, except they went up by $1 in value. So now I can make $2 when I sell them. It's really crazy because it made me think, if only I'd bought like 20 tons of copper, I'd be rich because the price just jumped on it. Yeah, the price of the copper went up. I don't know what it is. Copper did go up. Yeah, and in particular, I have, and you can buy these. They're in the extended menu, the secret menu. So check this out. I've been selling these since the beginning of the year, I think. I got to raise the price on these. Really, I think of them like an introduction to coin collecting. Copper's not really that valuable, right? So these are just a few bucks, I think. But they're fun, you know? They give you a nice heavy feeling. This is pure copper, by the way, and copper really does have a value. It gets used in construction all the time. It gets used in to conduct electricity and stuff, right? So copper is this metal that people will steal in order to resell for a little bit of money, not even that much money. But yeah, here's a little chunk of it. And it's just kind of fun. Yeah, it's kind of fun. You get a chunk of metal, copper, and it's a useful construction metal. So there's mints out there that are minting copper coins. How crazy is that? And tossing a premium on them. And then, so I bought a couple rounds of these because they were so cheap. And I've been selling these this whole time. And they sell a little bit here, a little bit there. Yeah, I was so surprised to find out my price had to go up. How strange. I like silver and gold. And copper's funny. Again, I think copper's like the perfect coin if you just want to have a coin in your hand. Like, let's say you're not even interested in metal investing. You just want a heavy coin. It has a nice feeling to it, sort of like dice can have a nice feeling to them. All right, let's check that queue. Let's see what's going on next. Tyler McCanch wants 2 live customs. You got it, Mr. Tyler. Tyler McCanch, 1 and 2. Oh, 2 cold live customs. Mr. Tyler, 2 cold live customs. There it is. That is Tyler. And now we have an order from David Smith. He's saying, click, give me 2 of those Trump packs. Here they are. Yeah, they're called Playboy Donald Trump boosters because you have a chance. There's actually 2 different Donald Trump cards, but one of them is a lot better than the other. And he's just a regular card in the set. He's not like a super rare card in the set. But there are people who pull this Donald Trump card and they grade it. And if it grades well, it could be worth a lot. Low background steel is harvested from shipwrecks from before the nuclear bombs were dropped. It is basically radiation-free steel, useful for specific science and medical equipment. Oh, that's interesting. Are you saying that the steel we have today has even a minuscule amount of nuclear stuff in it? We are. Like no matter what, like it's inescapable. Okay, let's see. Here we are. We don't have a method for removing the radiation. You'd think we would. Ooh, that's nice. You know, what's interesting about these Playboy cards is some of these might just be outright gradable for people who collect Playboy, you know? All right, but not this one. The concrete was better too. We're doomed, says Brucey. Yeah, especially with these world leaders like Putin, man. Putin wants to take Ukraine back, but it's like, bro, he should have taken it back in a nice way. He should have convinced them to join him. That's the way to do it. He should have convinced them to join, not gone to war with them. Or silly. Okay, here's Playboy. It's really not turning out the way he thought it would have probably. And it's kind of scary because it makes you wonder, will he give up? I think I heard that Trump's trying to broker a deal between them, but it's not really working. Okay, here's an A. And here's the Conehead. No Trump card in those packs. You can keep trying. Now, I can see the price on these is $10 per pack. These are 10 per pack, everybody. Russians never give up. Only a Russian deals in absolutes. There we go. All right, David with the DA. There we go. Whoa, that's one fat bag, David. That's a lot of stuff. So, you are ready for 2 bags. Cool. The deal in Alaska will be make or break for Ukraine. Who knows? Well, you know, Ukraine's fighting by itself, essentially, right? We don't have any Western allies in that country. And here's why I find that kind of annoying. Because Putin's allowing North Korea to do his dirty work. So they get to have North Korea. But Ukraine, a smaller country by itself, is expected to fight by itself, you know? So it's definitely 100% an unfair fight. And then Putin's like, you better not help. It's like, that seems like an unfair fight. I don't respect that, you know? I don't respect that. If it was Putin by itself and Ukraine by itself, and maybe they can do whatever arms deals they want to do with each other, you know, with China, with the U.S., whatever you want, right? But you can't receive foreign troops on your team, foreign troops doing your work for you, because then it's like, it's not the will of your people. It's the will of the North Korean people? Like what? You know, if it's two people and their willpower fighting against each other, that's one way to look at it. But you included North Korean troops, you're cheating. So then he says, we're not allowed to join. No one's allowed to join, but I get to have North Korea troops. You're like, oh, okay. Okay, so we got Mr. Robert Wright of my slab away, please. Okay, $22 towards your slab away. I'll donate to stream, he says. TCC, you can keep those Trump packs. Ooh, okay. Here. Let me grab them. All right. Win 2. Very nice. Yeah, most people just want the Donald Trump card from it. It's a spectacular moment when you pull the Donald Trump card. There we go. Appreciate the order, man. Shipwrecks have been disappearing after pirate harvesting. Oh, that's so fascinating. What about Israel, mister? Last thing I heard about Israel, they are trying to take over the Gaza Strip. That's the last thing I heard. And it's like, I don't know. I had it and shrugging my shoulders. You know, it just feels like it's way over there and I'm way over here. So whatever they're doing is whatever they're doing. Here's Robert Wright with an R. In my day-to-day, to be honest with you. I want it to all be over, essentially. That's what I want. I want it to all be over and it just go back to normal. That's what I want. And, you know, it's war all over the place all the time. It is. Full takeover, that's a lot of resources. He basically just accused Germany of being involved since Ukraine has no one trained to use the Taurus missile system. Yeah, I mean, probably Germany's helping them understand how to use it. Oh, what am I doing? Robert Wright, I was looking for your bag. God, I'm being crazy, dude. Let's go find your slab away. All right, Robert Wright. Here it is. This goes down to $200. Boom. All right, I'm too high for this, mister. I'm too high for this. Yeah, they're having a catastrophe over there, and I don't know what happens next, but I guess Hamas never gave back all of the hostages, and so I guess that would be my starting point on that conversation is just give up all the hostages. And then, you know, my feelings about it, I think what happens is if you did give up all the hostages, then Israel starts to look like a horrible bully at that point. It is. All right. So as long as they hold those hostages, Israel gets to keep claiming that, oh, well, we're just playing defense. You know, this is our defense. That's what they're going to do anyways. It's just going to go on forever, man. There's always something going on over there in the Middle East. There's always some fight. I really do get super tired of it. It just goes on forever, dude. Mr. Mark. All right, Mr. Mark, here goes. Scraggy. Wow, that Raticate drawing looks way better than the other one, the AR. I didn't notice this before. That's a nice card. Here's Greedent. Tell Hummus to give back all the sausages. Hummus and crackers. Hummus and olive oil. Here's Typhlosion. Ooh. Why should us in the UK and USA care at all? Them go at it. I'm sick of sending those people money, though, through our taxes. I feel you, Mr. Robert. Yeah, I think that's a fair way to feel. If you pay the taxes and you're struggling to do a couple things, buy a home, get an education, pay for your medicine, pay for your children, pay for food, go on a normal vacation, retire like normal, that means that your country is playing world politics instead of spending your money on you. And that's what they probably ought to do. They ought to spend your money on you. Mr. Mark. All right. But, you know, it's complicated. It's hard to be perfectly isolated from the rest of the world. And I think you could argue that if we were perfectly isolated, it would just embolden, you know, aggressors, really. So, like, if the United States said, all right, rest of the world, you're completely on your own, that's nice for us for a little while because we save money. On the other hand, now anyone who wants to start a war or get aggressive, they get to go do that. And so you will see a lot of war break out all over the world in that case. So it's kind of an interesting dilemma. It's like you can't have both things. Mr. Mahasvara says, let's get a box of Gundam. I'll be right back. Gundam. I'll be right back. I got to get a fresh box. All right. I heard in France they just passed some sort of law or something that states they're going to take on a lot of Palestinian refugees. We are. So that's some news. Okay. I think they have to be careful, man, because I feel like some people are going to be very, very, very supportive and accepting of that idea. And other people are going to get, you know, frustrated and annoyed. And some people are going to take it very badly, too. So that's a very controversial decision, I feel. All right, you ready? If Americans continue to hedge this war in other countries than their own, we are the ones who will take on the refugees. Okay. Very good. Maybe Emmanuel's trying to distract the world from his teacher. Who? Who's Emmanuel? Oh, Emmanuel Macron? Oh, you're talking about his... That's a strange thing, isn't it? The age gap between him and his wife is that of a mother and his and son. It's too large of an age gap. It looks very strange. Of course, it's strange in the opposite direction, too. I mean, Donald Trump is dating Melania or with Melania, and there's like a 40-year gap. But, yeah, I don't know. It's very strange, I guess. I don't know what to think of it. His wife was his teacher when he was 14. Exactly. It feels like grooming. Very strange. I don't know. World leaders do whatever they want. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird. These Gundam alts look so good. So we're looking to pull an LR++ out of the Gundam packs. We have no footage of that. LR++. That's the top pull, everybody. Top pull. They go to France, then they get a boat to the UK. We give them a 5-star hotel. Robert, the stuff you're saying right now was exactly what we were talking about in the United States in our last elections. Places like New York, they were housing everybody, and it was costing like billions of dollars. It was costing insane amounts of money to just house everybody. And I saw a post today by the New York Post. It was a news article, and it was showing like the last remains of a hotel that was hosting people, immigrants, refugee seekers, asylum seekers. But what was going on is, you know, sort of as you peel back the layers, turned out that the hotel was like basically it was basically hosting Tren de Aragua, or whatever the name of the group is. Some criminal gang had basically shacked up in that hotel. And there were all these pictures they had taken of the activities that had gone on in there with that group. You know, like this room is just loaded with beers and like stuff that shouldn't be there. And man, it's really weird, man. It looks so offensive to see. It was like, and then we're all just paying for that. And it was like, oh, Jesus, dude. But so that's, you know, and when you, ooh, what is this? R plus right off the bat. Look at that, guys. Very cool. So when you think about somebody like Trump, he was really a reaction to maybe going too far in one direction on the other team, you know, so maybe Democrats went too far with the amount of money we were spending on people who were going to come in and live in hotels for free. It's very hard to convince people to pay for that when they cannot live as good as their parents or as good as their grandparents lived. No one can afford a home. No one can afford food. No one can afford a car. No one can afford insurance. You can't afford education. But you're expected to pay for everyone else to live in a hotel room. And it's like, bro, how about my free hotel room? Like, I could use a free hotel room. Please. I'll take one free hotel room. But that might be a little oversimplification of the situation. And yet that's what voters will hear, and that's what they will understand. So, you know, it's just never going to be popular. It's not going to be popular in Ireland. I know in Ireland there's some really big riots going on right now, isn't there? It's not going to be popular in the UK. It's not going to be popular in France. It's not going to be popular in Germany. Dude, I saw this guy. He was walking through Germany just the other day. He was walking through Germany, and the streets were lined with people that were just doing drugs and homeless. And I was like, that's Germany. That looks like America. I was like, that's our problem that we have over here. And they're experiencing the exact same problem. They're experiencing this situation where people can't afford to live, but then they also have this large influx of refugees. They have this large influx of drugs, and it's just making their streets look so dangerous and depressing, and like there's too much debauchery, and there's too much really just dark things. You don't want to have to look at that when you go walking down your street. It's a bad thing, you know, it's a bad situation. And so all I could think is like, I don't know, like the society is going to continue to shift to the right until those things get cleaned up. You just can't have that. It can't be a thing. You can't perpetually pay for people to live in hotel rooms. That's not a thing. You can't do that. You can't perpetually allow huge amounts of drugs into the country. You can't allow your streets to be taken over by people who are dying from fentanyl. It's just, it's a horrible thing. You just can't allow it. And so whichever political party offers some kind of, you know, improvement to that situation, that's going to be the party that takes the lead in the elections. That's my opinion. So there's our politics section, but that's it. Europe's having a very similar issue to America, and it's kind of scary to see. And I was seeing that on TikTok. It was actually this night. I was watching it this night. They're having a very similar issue where it's a lot of drugs, it's a lot of homelessness, and the government's kind of inundated with what it can't afford. At the moment, they can't afford it. Oh, what do we have here? Oh, C+. Look at that, man. That's very cool. Man, these cards look so good. These are the Gundam cards. It's $4 a pack if you'd like to open this. This is actually really popular right now. I thought I wasn't selling through this. I'm wrong. We're already done with the case of these. I had to go get another case of them. I'll save them money on hotel rooms and just have them pay my rent. Yeah. It's a controversial subject, but ultimately, I think it does boil down to taxpayers do not want to be on the hook to pay for never-ending wars, and they also don't want to be on the hook to pay for never-ending hotel rooms for people that are essentially homeless people. They don't want to pay for that forever. And so you have to, maybe it works for a little bit of time, but when you see those big billion-dollar receipts, multi-billion-dollar receipts, and there are homeless people who have lived in America for a long time, and they never receive help. You have disenfranchised groups in America, like you know, in New York, Harlem or whatever. You have groups like that never really get taken care of. They're always promised they're going to get help, and then they watch everyone else get put up into a hotel room with a food gift card or food Visa credit card, and they just sit back and watch that. It's like, well, what about us? You could have done that the whole time. You could have fixed our problems the whole time. You just let us suffer, and now this other group gets the resources. So this was my prediction. That was why I thought Trump would win, because I thought that is so hard to sell to people. It is so hard to sell to people, that idea. And so I feel like the Democrats had the more difficult argument to make in politics in the last round. I thought they had the more difficult argument. All right, but, you know, the midterms will be next year, so that'll be fun. How do you guys like that? Is that a fun conversation, or does it just stress you out? Here we are. Pokey credit card. They get massive assistance. Squeaky wheel gets the cash. Did we afford that OnlyFans sub? Yeah, I need to get that OF, man. Where's my OF sub? Imagination would be fine if they help our citizens first. I feel like a lot of people are reaching that conclusion that, you know, if the government's going to spend billions of dollars in handouts, it would be nice if I, the person who paid the government that money, received some of that money. But ironically, we don't, especially here in America. I don't know about Germany. I don't know about the UK. I think you guys have a lot of social programs, but it's not as much in the US. In the US, you actually receive a lot less. So you don't get as much over here. So it's really hard when you see all that money going out the door and you see all this endless debt in the government, that whatever the national, what's the national debt today? Let's see what it is today. I haven't checked the national debt in a while. National debt today. The national debt today is, it only goes up. Today it is $37 trillion. $37 trillion. We're heading toward 40. So we're almost in the 40s now. Ooh, the Unicorn Gundam, huh? Very nice. C+, that's cool. Okay, here's one of your LRs. He's got, what is this? 2 samurai swords, maybe? I can't tell what that is. Here's a guy who looks like he's got a cool shield. Okay. It's this guy. Freedom Gundam. Here is the Death Scythe Gundam. This also looks like the Freedom Gundam. And then here is another guy with a red shield. I don't know all their names. I don't know all their names. Does it actually say on the card somewhere in English? Because it's got it in Japanese. Unit. Okay. Thanks so much, man. That's really cool. I like seeing these open, and I really do feel like some of these are gradable. Like, could you imagine this in a nice 10? I feel like somebody might actually buy that. Pokemon OnlyFans stream featuring Thick Charizard and Cakasaur. Cakasaur. I know DC natives that have been getting $4,000 rent paid. Same with Australia. Love giving away our money overseas. Yeah, so all of our governments have been doing this for a long time. And Democrat or Republican, it doesn't matter what side you're on, liberal, conservative, everyone is feeling the squeeze. It's so hard to afford a home, so hard to afford anything. How is it possible that we're still putting up with the idea that the government taxes us at really high rates and then just gives it all away? Like, where does it go? They didn't build a big, beautiful city for us. They didn't build a big, beautiful bridge. They didn't build a bunch of high-speed rails in America. Think of all the things our government could have built with that money that would have made us, like, taken us into the future. I want to be in the future. I don't want to live in, like, a 1990s skyscraper slum. You know, I want to be in the future. I want a futuristic city. Like, they're building those in China. It's really cool. And China doesn't really involve itself in too much. It doesn't get overly involved in too many wars. And so they just get to spend all their money on themselves. And it makes me jealous sometimes when I see it. It does. It makes me jealous. I go, man, we could have done that. Oscar Resendez, 1 box of Gundam and 1 from the already open box. Heck yeah, dude. All right, here it is. All right. I'm from Australia, too. I paid $1,000 in taxes this week and get nothing in return. It is? All right. Yeah, you're in the right place if you want to complain about taxes, because I have a lot of things to say about the tax system. Our governments in America taxed our grandparents and our parents for their entire lives and built nothing for them, and all the Social Security money that they got taxed, it's 100% gone. Not a dollar of it left. Our government borrows money to pay the Social Security checks. So, yeah, our government spent that money, and I honestly don't think we have anything for it. All that tax money we could have used it to build a new pyramid, but we didn't build anything. We didn't do anything. The government doesn't do nothing, but I mean, I think most of that money just kind of secretly disappeared, and some of that money went into just going to war forever, and some of it goes into programs we can't afford, and it is sad. It is frustrating. I want to think that they take the money and do something really impressive, you know? Like if the government built like a super hospital, that'd be so cool. Or if the government built like a super hyperlink road or some neat thing like that. But I really don't think that's what the money gets spent on. It is. All right. At least in America, we don't have to pay as much taxes. But then again, we do have to pay for our own healthcare and our own education, which the government then, when we borrow money for education, we actually borrow it from the government, and then we owe them interest. We kind of become a way for the government to make money off of our, you know, our gamble on our educations, because you're gambling on the investability of that degree. So it's interesting. Hit that God Pack. Anyone under 50 is so screwed in the next 5 years. Yeah. There was a report that came out that showed in the 1950s, so that was what, 75 years ago. 75 years ago, 50% of people at the age of 30 were married and owned a home. Today, 75 years later, only 12% of people at the age of 30 are married and own a home. How can you own a home? They cost like $500,000. Unless you're living in the middle of nowhere, or if you're living in the bad side of town, you don't have to pay that. You ready, Mr. Oscar? We're opening up Gundam. Ready? Let's get that Gundam. We're looking for the LR++. That's what we're looking for. We've never pulled it. I'd love to see it get pulled, guys. You ready? So we open a lot of cards, and sometimes we talk about these fun subjects too. It's sort of like a social club. You know, you come here and you might talk about real-world events, real-world issues, and that's what we're doing here a little bit. We talk about the news. So that's a little piece of news. That's a way to stay informed, just that little piece of data that came out that showed only 12% of people at the age of 30 own a home and are married. That's a really low number. Look at this. Cool. That's neat, man. So that's a C+ on that one. Hey, we have Jesus and patriotism. Well, they had Jesus and patriotism in the 1950s too. You know, so something else has gone terribly wrong. Something else about how the government behaves has gone wrong. Yes, we are very good. All right. I'm just glad they aren't spending my tax money on Labubus, but they are sort of. So let's say that you have a family that's receiving welfare and they don't actually need it. Or maybe like a person who they're receiving, you know, maybe like maybe they've become insanely obese because they've eaten too much food in America, which we just allow. It's not illegal to do that. And so as a result, they're disabled. And so as a result of being disabled, they receive a paycheck, and then they get to spend that paycheck on food. But that means their leftover money, now they have it left over for Labubus. So you kind of do pay for it. Isn't that interesting? That's one of the really fascinating things about how those social handouts work. And that's true in Germany. That's true in Australia, Canada, UK, Ireland, all those places. So that money gets shifted around and ends up buying, like, you know, just like gambles. Because that's what Labubu is. Labubu is a bit of a gamble, right? Kind of like a booster pack, kind of like a slot machine. And I promise you, people are buying those with your welfare money. They receive everyone else's money in the form of some sort of welfare check, and then they go and they buy Labubus with their leftover money. Not with the welfare check. The welfare check is spent on the food. What if they're just not as smart or disabled? I'm being censored, I guess. I thought episode 2 was funny. Add free healthcare for American citizens. Stop paying for non-STEM, non-medical degrees. School should be free until college. Restrict medical companies to extort prices. Yeah, I think that was Bernie Sanders. He wants to get rid of insurance, and he wants to make it so that all medicine is purchased through the government, and that's a one-buyer system. And I think Germany does something like that. And because it's a one-buyer system, the government sets the prices, essentially. You can say, no, we won't accept your medicine at that price. You have to sell it to us at a 20% margin. I don't know. And so that's kind of an interesting idea. Maybe it would work. Some people would argue the reason that's not a good idea is because it is government setting prices, right? And that always creates a problem where we don't know the true demand for something. And when demand for something's really high, the margins are supposed to be very good. You're supposed to make lots and lots of money on that. And why is that a good thing? It's a good thing because when other businessmen see that a particular product is making very good margin, they say, well, now I'm going to get in on that. So they go and they invest in a new factory or a new distribution system or a new whatever investment, right? They move capital around to get into that good market. So that's what they say, like free market capitalism, the invisible hand of the free market. It's able to detect what people really want. And it's able to do that very quickly and very flexibly. So if you get the government out of healthcare, then the things that make tons of profit would drive new businessmen into those areas. Now, that's the counter argument to Bernie Sanders' idea. The counter argument that, free trade, open, capitalism and all that stuff, free, the invisible hand, that's the argument that those work really well. But I don't know. It's an interesting, with the cost being where it is, maybe you could argue these healthcare companies have a sort of barrier of entry to the market. Like, it's hard to start up a competing healthcare company. It's too complicated. It requires too many degrees. It requires too many certifications, and then maybe investing in the research costs billions of dollars. So maybe one of the arguments is it just doesn't behave like a normal. What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? Nice LR plus. Look at that, guys. That is sweet, man. LR plus. So you got an LR plus and you got a C plus. So it looks like every box is having LR plus and C plus. Now you've got a really good box if you get an LR plus plus or a C plus plus. There it is. Check that out, guys. This is a very interesting conversation for me because I actually really like thinking in terms of systems. I like thinking in terms of incentives and stuff like that. So my brain is naturally drawn to those conversations, almost like real-time strategy games, right? I love real-time strategy games. I just enjoy thinking in those terms, or what kind of economy is going to stimulate the most growth, which one's going to be the most agile, which form of economy is going to spur us toward the most innovation, and which one is going to send us to the future faster, because that's what we want to do. We're going to get to the future as fast as we can. And which one's going to be safest for the environment, and which one's going to be cheapest for the customer. All those sort of facets are super fascinating to me. I really care about that kind of stuff. Endlessly interesting to me. Here we are. Ooh. Maybe that's why hey, look at that. Some memberships. Thanks, Tyler. I really appreciate it. That's a hit, says Alan. Which one is this one? This is an LR plus, and he's looking really cool, man. We should want our government to invest in healthcare and medicine innovation. Yeah, I mean, honestly, to be honest with you, that's almost all I want the government to do. I don't want the government to do anything else until we solve some serious things, like we don't have artificial hearts yet, but we're so close to it. Why don't we have that yet? We should just have that. We don't have a cure for cancer yet, but we're getting closer to that too. Like vaccines that can cure cancer, that kind of stuff. Or I heard in Korea, they've got a laser beam that slices through and kills the cancer cell. And it's not perfect, but it's like a superior system. And we got AI's going to be doing some of the. I watched a video of AI performing surgeries, really complicated surgeries, by the way, on dead pigs, and it was amazing. The AI did the whole surgery just fine, and it did it in good time, and it didn't need any help, no human. So, I mean, that's crazy when you think about it. That's crazy. All right, Tyler, I'm going to write that down. So Tyler McKinch, I think that means we put you here. Thanks, man. You're really generous. Zoom in on that LR. You want to see a zoom in? Let's get a zoom in. That the strike? Nice. It is. Tell me about this card, because I'm not as familiar with the Gundam. Yes. Okay, let's zoom in. Ooh. Look at that texturing, man. That's so cool. These cards have so many lines in them because the mechas are so complicated. So this is a desirable one, huh? You're making me tempted. I think I might take a picture of it for eBay. Let's see what happens. Bandai been going crazy with their card technology. Oh, yeah, it's super cool, man. All right, we'll take a picture. Let's grab this. And click. Okay. Whoa, that's like 100. So wait a second. Here's one for 180, but here's one for 92. Is it the same card? Okay, so I see one for $80. So you might have pulled an $80 card there, Mr. Oscar, but you know what? You've also got this card, you got all these cards back there, and none of it's graded yet. You know, there's all box fresh stuff that hasn't been, you know, sort of like picked through, cherry-picked by a seller on eBay or whatever, right? So this is good stuff. All right, nice. Bandai has AI in the name. They seem to have predicted the future. Imagine what Pokemon could do if the English creators weren't so lazy with the print. Yeah. I don't know. Are they lazy or are they just actually technologically incapable? You know, maybe Japan's got like this super high advantage in printing technology. They like collectibles over there a lot, so maybe they work on it all the time. All right. Yeah, I mean, when you look at Magic the Gathering technology for their printing, is sort of just like, okay, you know, it's just, we have a nice hollow and sometimes it's rainbow and sparkly. All right. They don't do too much, do they? They don't do any sort of like textured anything. Well, I think no, that's not true. They did try texture. Did they? Did they try textured cards? I can't remember. No, I can't remember. All right, so what do we have next? We have Tyler McCansh, one box of Mega Symphonia. All right, let's get this Mega Symphonia. Ready, everyone? Some interesting conversations there, guys. That's some interesting conversations. I swear they do it on purpose. Okay, now we back on my level. Here we are. All right. Okay. Oops. Tossing this. If you look at common and commons and other cards that are not big hits, most of the time the centering is amazing. It's always the big hit card that the centering is off. They do it on purpose. They do it on purpose to keep you opening more and more packs. Okay, Lorcana is lazy. Well, that's the thing. The Lorcana cards look a lot like the Magic cards, don't they? They said, let's just do it like Magic. And I think that was a silly decision. They should not have copied Magic. They should have copied Pokemon. And they maybe just couldn't. Maybe they didn't have access to that level of technology. Who knows? Okay. It is. Very nice. Mr. wants to sell me Skinny Deoxys. Oh, yeah, you made a big offer on that card. I mean, it's tempting. You know, something changed over the last couple of days. I have to pay for a bathroom remodel. So it is a little bit tempting to sell off one of my nice cards so that I have the same cash reserves after the bathroom remodel. But I don't know. The card's just done nothing but go up in price. You think I'll just regret it if I sell it? You know? Hololive copied Pokemon, and they're doing good. Sure. Hololive's doing good. Sex dungeon bathroom? Ew. Why would you put a sex dungeon in the bathroom? You know, I don't know about that. Sex and toilets? That's maybe not my style. All right, you ready? So, we've got a cold one. Megunium. It's Megunium. Cold. Here is this cool badge. Cool badge. 2 misters, 1 cup. I don't think so. Here's Stoofle. That's old now, man. When did that little clip come out? Hey, here's a fun question. Who here has never seen 2 girls, 1 cup? Because that's actually really old. Anyone in the audience never seen it? By the way, don't look it up. Don't bother. Don't look that crap up. That's already been done, Alan. Stoofle Loofle. Stuffle Waffle. All right, I've heard of it. 1 guy, 1 jar is just as old. Oh, my God. I ran into that one on a Gore website. That was insane. There you are. Here's Ninjask. All right. That was a long time ago now. Here's this. There was like a month where I watched everything you could watch on a Gore website. Here it is, because I'd never been to one before, and I discovered it, and it was shocking. It was like unbelievable. It's really gross, and I don't ever go to those websites now. They're terrible. I would never recommend that to anyone. It is. But no, it's interesting. It's like the things you don't see. I feel like you learn a lot about the world really rapidly. You learn about gang violence. You learn about the dangers of a house fire. You learn about car accidents, accidents at work. You learn about, actually, I learned a little bit about ISIS. Yeah, I learned a little bit about them for a while. Oh, man, dude. Horrifying stuff, because they would record stuff and then they'd celebrate it and put it online. They do some terrible stuff. It is. We are. But nothing beat the gangs. Nothing beat the violent gangs in South America. Those guys were the absolute most horrifying, terrible stuff I'd ever seen in my life. Here it is. And cold. Ta-da. Sounds unnecessary and desensitizing. I think some videos of real things could be very quickly informative and help you understand the world better. Here it is. But I wouldn't want to watch that stuff for very long at all. Give you nightmares. Did the same. Yeah, I think everyone has like a moment where they take a look at the real world. It is Alakazam. I feel like seeing the car wreck stuff, like I saw people blow up on a motorcycle and stuff like that. I feel like watching that kind of stuff teaches you a lot about the risk of driving. You go, oh my gosh, I think I'm going to drive a lot more carefully next time. And so I talk about that all the time. Actually, our editor, Mr. Mike Side, he has a family member, his aunt just got pretty bad in a car accident recently. And so, so he's a reminder too of the dangers of driving, actually. How many people die a year in car accidents? And we never talk about it, Let me look that number up for you guys. How many people died by car accident in the year 2024 in America? Add that America part. In the United States. Okay, so you ready for this number? It's going to shock you. See if it's larger than the past. It's about the same. So approximately 39,345 people died. See that? 39,000. Oops. How crazy is that? We never talk about that. We talk about shootings a lot because they're pretty tragic and arguably preventative. But nobody talks about the car accidents. Really sad. 39,000. What if there was like a mass shooting and 39,000 people died in it? It'd be the only thing to talk about for like a whole year or 3 or 4 or 5 years. Actually, how many people died in 9/11? I think it was like 5,000 or it was like 4,000 or 5,000 people, right? But from car accident, 39,000 every year. It's about 40,000 every year. So that's typically the number. And no, I don't say 9/11 to sort of suggest it wasn't a lot of people. It was really tragic. It was a lot of people. But my point is that we have an absolute catastrophe in car deaths every year, and we just don't talk about that often, and I wish we did. And I wish people just were safer. Because every single time I go driving, I run into so many asshole drivers, and I think, man, you have no idea what you're playing with, dude. You are playing with your life right now in your little vehicle. Somebody's going to die if something goes wrong. Here's Mahasvara, one last box of Gundam. Here it is. There it is. My brother's teammates were in a car accident, and 3 of them were in pieces, and the last one was alive for 2 days and then passed away just from speeding. Wow. Yeah, so I think people get so used to the idea of how safe they are in the car, like they get used to the feeling like nothing's ever going to happen. But it's just not true. The numbers tell the truth. The numbers tell the truth. 39,900 dead in America. About 40,000. You actually have very good odds of dying in a car crash. And so, pay a little bit of attention. It's also not a comfortable way to go depending on how you go, You could bleed out, you could burn to death. There's all kinds of ways to go. It's really horrible stuff. And yeah, because you're barreling down a highway at 70 miles an hour in glass and basically a light frame. I mean, think about a car. Like if you took a sledgehammer to the door of your car, you think you could break it down? Yeah, so it's not very strong if you can just take a sledgehammer to your door and break it all. So you're driving down a rickety, you're in a go-kart. It's a fancy go-kart. That's what it is. It's a fancy go-kart. You're in a go-kart going 75 miles an hour down the road. Texting. Who hasn't seen that? I've seen that a million times. Texting. Some stupid looking kid texting on their phone 70 miles an hour down the highway. and it's a busy highway. Like, what? You're asking to die, dude. But the worst part is they're the ones who will live. They always kill somebody else. That's how it's almost like this cruel irony. The person who caused the car wreck always tends to live, and then it's the victims who had nothing to do with it. They die, you know. So your risk on the road's a significant risk. It is. Your life won't last more than a day. His face was smashed by a telephone. I was in the rescue squad for 9 years. Ooh, rescue squad. I was on an overdose or two of my personal friends died in a car accident that was a friend, and I did not know it was him until the next day because his face was smashed. So you had a friend pass away, and you witnessed it because you were in a rescue team, rescue squad, and he was unrecognizable from the damage. And yeah, so this is exactly what we witness on like a gore website, which again, I do not go to those anymore because they're too dark. But for like a month, I watched like every possible video for like a month. This was like, how long ago was this? This was like 5 years ago I did that. And yeah, it was dark stuff, man. It was really dark stuff. There we go. All right. It gives you an appreciation of cops, by the way. It gives you a great appreciation for cops because cops go and they have to deal with that stuff all the time, right? So cops go and they witness that stuff. They're the first ones to see an accident, them and people who work, first responders. So they witness this stuff. And so the next time a cop pulls you over because you were speeding and you're super mad at the cop, just remember, you know, this cop's seen some dark stuff just like as part of his job. Ooh, look at that. That one looks really cool. Wow, look at that. You have to like turn it sideways almost. Dang, dude. All right. That's trippy. The faces of death, blank cops. Here we are. Place this here. Well, I'm just saying, like, so the cops have to witness, like, you know, maybe like a 5 or 6 year old girl has died in a car wreck and she's the same age as his daughter. And then he catches you texting and driving 70 miles down the highway or 75 miles down the highway. He doesn't feel any guilt giving you a ticket. He doesn't feel any guilt at all. He's like, here's your ticket. Don't do it again. You know what I mean? And sometimes for people who don't work in those fields, like just normal people like me and you, we take that stuff for granted. We don't realize that they have a different experience of the world than we do and that they witness this stuff. And so there's a reason why they care about it so much. Here it is. All right. Very nice. And we got some hollows here. We'll grab this as well. Very nice. All right. I remember scrolling through B looking for blank threads. I don't know what you're talking about. Here we go. Cops care about quotas. That could be true as well. That could be true. Maybe cops are just looking to make money and they don't care about safety. Maybe that's your argument. But, you know, when I was really young, when I was like 18, I was a speed demon. I mean, I was really a speed demon. And the way I looked at it is if the cop doesn't catch me, I didn't commit a crime. So I used to drive super, super fast. There was only one speed for me, and it was as fast as possible. And so that was me at like 18. I was an absolute idiot. And I did eventually get caught, and I was so angry at the cops at that point. I was like, you sons of, you know what I mean? I just hated them. I hated them so much. They would give me like a $200 ticket for speeding. And, you know, this was so terrible for me at that time because I didn't have that kind of money. And so now that I'm older, now that I'm 36, I can be like, wow, I was a freaking idiot, dude. I was so stupid. You know, after seeing what it looks like to be in a real wreck, and the internet has provided that education to me, after seeing what that really looks like, I'm like, I was so stupid. I can't believe I did that. And I'm lucky that I didn't actually wreck, you know, like I didn't wreck myself. I didn't wreck anyone else, which would have been extremely shameful if I had done that. So I came out of, you know, driving like an 18-year-old guy because 18-year-old guys have the worst insurance, which says a lot too. The insurance companies know. They've done the math. They say, oh, we know who causes the car wrecks. Young men do, right? Young men who drive however they want. Look at this. Ooh, very nice. Okay. What age did you stop speeding? It wasn't an age. It was right after getting a very bad ticket. I was driving to a friend's wedding. I was on an empty highway. It was one of those one-lane highways, one direction. It's a head-on with no barrier in between. So it's, you know, you gotta drive pretty careful. And it's out in the countryside. My friend just got married. I was one of his groomsmen. And in fact, later on, he would help me in college a little bit. And the wedding was over, and we were driving to his reception. And the highway goes from like 65 miles an hour, which I was probably doing like 85. And then it goes from that to 40 as you're passing into a town, right? You ever been out in the middle of nowhere? You get one of these highways that just melts into being a town, like a tiny little town. So I take my foot off the accelerator. Now I'm just drifting. And I pass by that 40 mile an hour sign, probably going about 60, because that's how much I just, my car had naturally decelerated to about 60 on its own. And then, woo, I hear the lights. I knew exactly what it was. I said, oh my God, you got to be kidding me, dude. There's no cars around me. The road's completely empty. All these shops and houses, they're, it's like nighttime, so they're all shut down. Nobody's out, completely safe. The lights come on, and the cop had been hiding behind a billboard on the side of the road, in the middle of nowhere, Lincoln County, I think it was, if I recall, Lincoln County. And so he was hiding, and he was just waiting for somebody to make it past that 40 mile. Ooh, Gundam aerial. Cool, man. There's your C+. Nice. Take a look at that. I got my ticket after speeding home from getting some booty. So anyways, I got a super nasty ticket from that. It was a double fine zone. I was 20 miles over, and it was just the nastiest ticket. And I was so angry about it. It spoiled it all for me. I was ready to go dancing at this reception with my then girlfriend, and I turned the car around. I was in such a horrible mood. I called my friend. I said, I'm sorry, I got this horrible ticket. I can't dance. I can't hang out. So I missed out on that reception, which was a sad thing, and it was all my own fault. All I had to do was slow down properly at that sign, and it all would have been fine. So I slowed down, not because at that point I didn't believe in driving the speed limit. I still didn't believe it, but I was pretty terrified of tickets. I couldn't afford tickets. So I started following the rules because I was going to go bankrupt if I was going to keep getting these tickets. I was like, I can't do it. I actually cannot afford to be caught. I'm too poor. So I started driving the speed limit as a strict rule because I was like, this is never happening again. Not again. Just look at that. I got sick of getting caught by cops that are actually pretty good at hiding. So here we are. Look at that. R plus and C plus. Very beautiful cards, guys. Ooh, man, these are nice. Crime is a rich man's game. Yeah, weirdly enough, I drive very careful now, and I never get a ticket, but I could easily afford a ticket. I'd be like, what is this, one Diglett? What's the cost of this ticket? You go, this doesn't cost more than a Sky Ridge Diglett. You know that, right? All right, Mr. Mahasvara, thank you so much, man. I think I might start you a fresh bag. Yeah, back then, $200 was like life or death for me. And it affected me greatly. It wasn't until much later that I started driving more careful and intended to drive more careful. I got a job working for Coca-Cola that required me to do a lot of driving. And one day, and I've told this story before, one day I went into work. When you're a vendor, you don't have like coworkers, like there weren't other Coca-Cola guys to talk to. You talk to the Pepsi guy. You talk to the Dr. Pepper guy. You talk to the Little Debbie lady. You talk to the Bunny Bread guy. Those were your coworkers, were other vendors, because you work by yourself. It's a very isolated job, right? Like they don't send 3 Coca-Cola vendors to one store, right? It doesn't work that way. So I'm off, and I'm in a grocery store called Schnucks in Missouri, and in the back room by the receiver, all these vendors were in a group together talking, which was very unusual. That it just doesn't happen that often. The Frito-Lay guy was there, the Pepsi, and they were talking about how the Little Debbie lady just died the day before. The Little Debbie girl, she's a little old lady who drives a Little Debbie car, and the car got flipped over. It was a truck. It got flipped over. Apparently, they were saying it was the other driver that did it, but she lost control of the truck and died. And I was like, dang, dude. And around that time, I was doing a lot of driving for Coca-Cola, and I was learning a lot from driving. You actually learn about the road by being on the road. So you become very good at driving if you drive every single day for many hours. And that's what I was doing. I was driving like probably a minimum of 4 hours a day. But some days it could get really bad. You could get really big drives. Tyler McCanch, 15 packs of Mega Symphonia and shipping. All right, let's get it, man. 15 Mega Symphonias. So I learned a lot about driving that year. And I realized, oh my gosh, I could have been her. I could have been the one to die. And so when driving is a part of your job, you start to take it more seriously. You don't care about speeding. You care about getting home each day. You don't care about speeding. You don't care about how fast the job is done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this little Debbie lady dies. She was a little bit older anyways. She was probably like 50 or 60. She wasn't like ancient. I mean, vending jobs require some muscle. But everyone knew her because she ran the same route all the time. And so she had just passed away from a car accident in a little Debbie truck. And it was like really upsetting for everybody. And they were just talking about it. I want to work for Amazon so bad. I worked at Amazon for a little under a year as a driver, and I regret every day that I am painting and hanging drywall. Quitting, I wish I could go back to Amazon. Well, that's a pretty good recommendation for Amazon. That's a glowing review right there, guys. We are. People think of Amazon as a bad place to work sometimes, but to me it sounded like that was pretty good. Yeah, sometimes the big corporations have really nice, cushy jobs too. 1, 2, plenty of benefits and options to grow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we need 6 more of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, there it is. Amazon pays well. Yeah, I've heard that too. We are. One of the biggest things I learned from driving for Coca-Cola, for my job, I was required to do something I'd never done in my life before. I started using a GPS every single day. You have to understand, back then, that wasn't normal. Everyone didn't own GPSs. You just memorized the roads. That was like the good old days almost, right? Some of you guys are like 30, 35, 40 and still remember this. Like it was before tracking was like in every car and in every cell phone. Back then I had a TomTom. That was the name of the device. It wasn't on my phone. It was a separate device and it gave me GPS directions for driving. And from, yeah, MapQuest. And for driving for Coca-Cola for like 4, 5, 6, 7 hours a day, where you drove like all over, you started to learn something. You started to learn how much aggressive driving actually shaves off of your drive. This was really interesting. You could drive super, super aggressively, and it wouldn't save you much more than like a couple minutes. So you could take these risky maneuvers. You could speed up to levels that will get you a ticket. And it turned out that really did not get you there a lot faster. Like, yes, it would get you there faster, but you would save maybe like 5 minutes. And so it really hit me when the little Debbie lady died. Is dying worth 5 minutes of extra driving? And I was like, hell no, dude. Not even close. Not even close a little bit. So to me, all of a sudden, the thing I valued the most when driving wasn't, can I get there as fast as possible? I started valuing, well, look, I'm going to be on the road for like 4 hours every day minimum. What I care most now that I drive so much, I care most about just doing it right every single time. That's true for like using the forklift too. My job required forklifts a lot. And it's not about using the forklift as fast as possible. It's about putting a 2-ton pallet of water up on a shelf. Not 2 tons, but you know, it was heavy. It was like 800 pounds. It's about putting an 800-pound pallet of water up on a shelf accurately every single time. 100% success rate. That's what mattered the most. Speed didn't matter. It's just not getting injured mattered. And I started to feel that way about driving around that time period. I was like, man, I just don't want to die. I'm not going to speed for Coca-Cola. I'm just going to arrive and not be dead. So I started driving a lot more carefully. I also learned about the telltale signs of a bad driver on the road because I spend so much time on the road. You can almost detect who's the risky person to be around. I think I talked about that one time. I have like stereotypes for drivers. Mr. Tyler, Litlio, and Gardevoir. Nothing too crazy this round. Here we are, and you would like some shipping. Let's get you some shipping. I drove semis for 4 years with Amazon. You see some really bad drivers, some dumb drivers, especially truckers. Now, when you say truckers, do you mean other guys driving semi-trucks? So like you're judging other guys doing a similar job? Or do you mean like guys in pickup trucks, you know, like the civilian, you know, guys in construction or whatever? You talking about regular like Ford pickup truck? Because I swear to God, some of the worst drivers I've ran into out here in Lake of the Ozarks are the pickup trucks. I think they're like really expensive now. I suspect old men are the only ones who can afford these really big pickup trucks. And then they just drive them like they own the road. And it's like, bro, chill. Chill. It's not the end of the world if you got to, you know, let somebody into your lane or something. Oh, God, dude. Semi and box trucks. And box trucks. Okay, so you're saying other people driving trucks for a living were really unprofessional and risky sometimes. I mean, I've definitely witnessed that on long drives. Yeah, like long drives on the interstate where truck drivers will start to try to weave a truck, weaving a semi-truck, weaving? Like what? Because they don't want to drive a mile and a half per hour slower than the truck driver ahead of them or something, you know, so the Oh, I witnessed this one time in St. Louis. I never forgot this. It was like road rage between two semis. Forgot about that, but now I'm remembering it. It was road rage between two semis, and they were like trying to outspeed each other and get in front of each other. It was real nasty looking, and I was behind it all, so I was just witnessing it all. It was really crazy. Tyler, let's get you that label, man. All right. You're too kind to me, Mr. Tyler. This stream brought to you by Mr. Tyler McKinch and Mr. Mahasvara. Basically, you guys kept this stream running. A couple other guys contributed as well. I really appreciate it. You know, today was just a little bit slower than usual. Tomorrow, we're going to have a vertical stream for the Sunday stream. A vertical stream, everybody. Pickup trucks, that's a given. It's always the pickup trucks. Golden Boy, I always work in the warehouse. I want to try driving for Amazon. I know, right? I thought we'd be let back in. Big truck drivers might be hopped up on some amphetamine. Troy, he drove the truck. Pickup trucks are the most aggressive, but pull up with the missing bumper and they move over. Yeah, they're a little scared. They don't want their valuable truck ruined. That's an interesting thought. All right, we're getting this label. Oh, gosh, man. If anyone's here going through a dry spell, Amazon will break your streak. I wish I could go back to Amazon. So many baddies. What are you talking about? Hey, man, if you want to be around the baddies, you got to... That's an interesting thought, actually. You know, if you want a chance to get a partner, like a boyfriend or a girlfriend or two girlfriends, it helps to be in a place that has a lot of people in it, you know, so you're rubbing shoulders with a lot of different people. I've seen human feces in the back on trailers. Ugh. Vertical. No! That's right. We're running one more vertical video. One more vertical live stream. It will be the Sunday live stream, one of the least populated live streams. It's because after the last vertical stream was over, we looked at the data, and the data suggested that that video outperformed normal live streams, which is what Mike's side was suspecting. He's the one that's asking me to do the vertical streams. He's saying we need to test them because we need to see if YouTube pushes vertical streams. Now, if it turns out that YouTube does in fact push vertical streams, we may have vertical streams on 2 days, Sunday and Tuesdays. Those are my least popular days. And then the rest of the week will probably just be the usual horizontal streams. If it turns out the numbers are roughly the same as usual, then we will probably stick very strictly to horizontal streams. Additionally, you might see some Karis streams coming up too. She told me she wanted to do some live streaming. Karis, I think you're overthinking it. No way YouTube does that. I could show you some numbers right now from that last vertical stream if you wanted to see it. Actually, I'll pull them up. Okay, let's see. So Mike's side and I were both looking at this. Okay, so live. Where's the vertical live stream? Here's the part 2. So take a quick look. Take a quick look at the numbers on these 2 live streams. Are you ready? All right. So we've got the vertical stream at 1,000 views for 50 minutes. And here's the horizontal live stream for an hour and 14 minutes with half the amount of views, 495. So it did outperform, which is what we were wondering about. Had about twice as many viewers. And when we pulled that information, when we actually looked at that data a little bit closer, it appeared that a lot of people who had never been to our stream were being told to join this stream. So that is very interesting to us. You could also argue, since the second stream was a double stream, you know, it started right at, it was a part 2, right? Part 2 streams never really do as good, so you could argue that as well. But so if we run a full vertical stream on Sunday, we will have our answer. We'll know what's going on. And so we need to have one full stream. What I should not have done, I should not have gotten out of the horizontal stream that day. I should have left it all the way up, and we should have done it for the full 2 hours. And then we could have compared it to all the other streams on the same day in the same time slot. But so we're going to do that. We're going to test out vertical streams one more time, and we will have more data to read and hopefully get a good and accurate understanding. The algorithm was good to you. You guys do have to understand the way YouTube works. YouTube decides whether or not to push your stream out to, like, whether to ping people, whether to tell them, hey, you might want to join this stream. YouTube decides that, not me. So if YouTube wants to blacklist this channel, I'll never get another viewer. I mean, you guys might join, but we'll never get a new person again. If YouTube decides, hey, we like this content, we like this content creator, make everyone aware of him. We could have 500 people in here tomorrow if YouTube so deemed it, you know, because they'll push this stream to everybody. So it's really up to YouTube whether we get that sort of growth or not. Now, a large part of whether you get that growth comes down to if people are really enjoying your content. If we make great content, we will get more viewers. That's how it works. But also sometimes YouTube has new stuff out like vertical streaming, and it says, we don't have as many people doing vertical streams. It's sort of niche over here. So if I were to stream vertically and I had fewer competitors, or YouTube decided it wanted to, you know, sort of push those streams more, that is when the algorithm favors a certain style of content. Sort of like when we started posting shorts and they did very well at the start. Now it's a lot more competitive. But so this is something to explore, and you have to let me explore on this channel. It's very important to do that, guys. So we're going to test it out tomorrow, Vertical Stream Sunday. I'm down to watch vertical. Yeah, I figure if I warn you guys about it, it won't be so crazy. When it actually happens, you won't find it so crazy. So we're going to try out Vertical Stream Sunday, and I'm sure you can still watch it if you want. And if you hate it, I totally understand. I don't like it either, actually. I prefer the horizontal. You get 5 slabs. That's way better. Plus, my holder holds a vertical camera, or a horizontal camera, way better than a vertical camera. So I strongly prefer the horizontal myself. But you don't always get to do what you want. You have to do what YouTube wants you to do. So YouTube's like my boss. Do you understand? YouTube's my boss. So we're supposed to do what YouTube says to do. That's kind of how it works. All right, guys. Well, we are all out of orders. I think we had started a fresh giveaway slab. I want to put Tyler McCansh on there. Tyler McCansh. And I want to put Mr. Mahasvara on there. Thank you, Mr. Mahasvara. And I want to put another guy who made a big impact tonight, and that would be Mr. Eddie Mendoza. Okay, so he's going on as well for free right away. And let's go ahead and get a few more names on there. We've got AJ the Great. Okay. Number 5 is going to be Jonathan Todd. Jonathan Todd. And it's going to be Cody Hodges. Cody's really consistent. I was saying hi to Mr. Cody today while I was working on PSA submissions. He seems like a nice guy. Here is Goo Woobs. Ooh, woo. And here is Mr. Marshall Weber. Marshall Weber. And Smoking Sharp, which is Jay Sharp. How are you today, Jay Sharp? We're going to do one more. This will bring it up to an even 10. William Wafter. Hello, William. How are you? Thanks for joining. I appreciate all you guys being here. Always keep in touch with me if you think of anything you want changed on the channel, if you want a certain product, if you think, you know, you'd like different music or anything like that. I'm always looking to make improvement, guys. I really mean it. So if you can think of anything you think I can improve, just let me know in the DMs or in email. I'll see you guys for... Well, this was the Saturday night stream, so I'll see you guys for the Sunday nighttime vertical stream. I know it's going to suck, guys. We got to test it, though. It's going to be vertical stream time. It's Morbin time. See you there, guys. See you later.